Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you were in. This is Big Girl Diary. The lawsuit was dropped. Yes, I said it. The lawsuit, I'm sorry, not dropped. It was dismissed. 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 That's all that I can say. Marilyn Manson, the case against Ashley Smithline was dismissed. Yes, one down. And also happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. So it's rather interesting. I got a good lineup for you today. Marilyn Manson. We'll talk about Andrew Tate and just a little fuzzy fuzz or celebrity mess. Amber Rose. My heart goes out to her. My heart goes out to her. It doesn't matter how many wild things you do out there on IG, whatever you may do, if there's an experienced woman that will come and take your man, mm, oh, hey, well, she learned that today. She threw her hands up, and from my understanding, she threw her hands up, and so I'm done. I'm done. That's exactly what she did. But Marilyn Manson. Now, again, as I'm going to reiterate, his case was dismissed. Sadly enough, it was dismissed without prejudice. It should have been dismissed with prejudice, but hey, Ashley Smithline, I think, not I think, I'm not going to think anything. I'm going to tell you what I know. This is what she said. Well, in the news, it said, we thank and commend Ashley Smithline for dismissing her claims against Brian Warner without seeking or receiving anything in return. Ms. Smithline has refused to be manipulated by others who are trying to pursue their own agendas against Marilyn Manson. We wish her well and will continue to work to assure that a significant price will be paid by those who have tried to abuse our legal system. Wow. I'm starting to think that there's going to be more consequences for Evan Rachel Wood because she did something. But but we got to give it up. Marilyn Manson, we are so giddy. We're like, we are screaming like a bunch of girls. Okay, if your guys don't forgive the pun, but we're all cheering for you and we're screaming, and yes, one down. Now, I can't wait until his case comes up on the docket. Well, it is on the docket, but once it goes in front of the judge and the jury, oh, it's going to be, Evan Rachel Wood and Illma Gore are going to have to, they got so much to explain. Along with that, Andrew Tate messed with the wrong one. Greta Thunberg, you should have left that girl alone. You should have left her alone. Oh my goodness. You start showing off your Bugattis. Now, look, this is the car he was showing off. He was showing off that car. Well, um, it seemed like Romania took his cars, right? To You can't make this up. Okay, before I go any further, Andrew Tate, in my opinion, is the biggest jerk on the face of this earth. However, it doesn't mean that he should go through the things that he's going through if he didn't do what they're accusing him of. It seems like to me, and I said this before, that Amber Heard and Evan Rachel Wood made their way over to Eastern Europe and told them, this is how you do it. This is how you get these guys. This is what you do. And that's exactly what happened. I don't know who got next to Greta Thunberg, but, and that's just projection, just me throwing that out there. Allegedly, when he was going back and forth bragging about his cars and what he has and how he was adding to the ozone layer, one thing which you don't do is you don't upset the extreme left. No, that they have a different mindset. You leave those people alone. Leave them alone. They're in their own niche, their own section. Don't go over there starting trouble. Because Andrew, you bit off more than you could chew. You could box and all that stuff. Not Greta Thunberg. No. But just this is just something. This is oh man. Okay, listen. Okay, where is it? Oh my goodness. Okay, Independent put it's a newspaper, put the value on the collection of at 5.3 million, though it's not clear that that's for all of Tate's cars or just one seized. Roma Bola, a spokeswoman for the country's directorate for investigating organized crime and terrorism, tells Insider the seize was made so that the cars could be used to help offset the cost of the probe to take. Oh my, oh my goodness. They stole no, I'm sorry, wait a minute. They took his cars. They took his cars, sold his cars to offset the cost it's going to take to investigate him. We didn't make this up. Look, hey, Andrew, you should have left the extreme left alone. They seized your stuff, selling it to continue to investigate you. When you're running around doing this stuff, when you're doing this, what do you expect? What do you expect them to do to you? They are going to come after you with both barrels. You talking smack to Greta. You should have left Greta alone. You should have left Greta Thunberg alone with her championing and saving the climate, which look, if if Earth wanted to get rid of us, a good shake, we all would be gone. Okay. I'm just saying. I mean, the Earth been here for billions of years, and we've been here for that long. But I'm leaving it right there. Now, I find that hilarious. Not that he's going through all this trouble, no, but that he's getting owned the way he is. They're pwning him. However, next, Amber Rose. Amber. Oh my goodness. You would never believe who took her man. Cher took her man. Cher took. Oh man, I feel bad for Amber. I do. Amber Rose is an IG model. I believe she's on OnlyFans. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. OnlyFans, and she got AE Alexander Edwards, and she been with a number of different guys. She's getting older, so She hasn't secured the ring. She hasn't. But Cher did. Cher got the ring. He's proposing. He went from Amber Rose and left her quickly for Cher. He got this big, big engagement ring, and Cher put it on her Instagram. I know Amber Rose said, I can't believe Cher took my man. Swooped down and took him. And Cher said something so simple. Cher said, I know how to take care of a man. Treat your men well, and you'll keep them. Cher always had difficult times getting rid of her men. She could get them with no problem, but she had a hard time getting rid of them. Saying all that. Now let's go back to Marilyn Manson, and then if you want to chime in, you can. Oh man, this lady, Ashley Smithline, she's the one that made all of these allegations against Marilyn Manson. She said so many different things that was not true. Now, there's nothing like a woman scorned. Now, I did other videos to where Marilyn Manson is innocent. You do great work. Keep it up. Oh, check him out. Marilyn Manson is innocent. Justice for Marilyn Manson. They're out there doing some great work, doing timelines. So make sure you check them out because they keep up with it. And also on Twitter, alongside with myself, want to make sure to get all this information out because there's a lot of disinformation. Now, I know that Evan Rachel Wood's fans and supporters are going to do everything they can to shed light on Evan Rachel Wood as being a victim, even though it's very hard to combat what Evan Rachel Wood has put out there. It's very hard to not combat it, but it's very hard for them to be able to look at the evidence Marilyn Manson has and that Evan Rachel Wood used. They can't get around that FBI letter. They can't get around any of that. They can't, no matter how hard they try. I put something out on Twitter today. Crickets. Just like I said, I hear crickets. I showed the part to where it talked about the FBI letter and nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing. Nothing. So, as I read earlier, let me see, where is it? As I read earlier, that now, her what she was basing. Okay, let's go back to the dismissal before I go anywhere else. Now Marilyn Manson in her suit was accusing him of Mexual assault case against Marilyn Manson, Brian Warner, aka Marilyn Manson, has been dismissed without prejudice. It should have been with prejudice, but without prejudice means that she can come back and refile if she wants to. With prejudice means that you can't come back and refile. It's just done. But however, it is what it is. Without prejudice in a California court in Los Angeles Times reporting that the judge dismissed the suit because the accuser, model Ashley Morgan Smithline, fired her attorney in October and did not name a new one by the time of December's deadline. Since it was missed without prejudice, since it was dismissed without prejudice, though the case could be refiled at any point over the same allegations, just like I said earlier. Smithline had accused Manson in 2021 of Mexual assault. It's so crazy. I can't even say the legal name of it. That's how wild this stuff is. Mexual assault. Okay, where was I? Okay, Mexual assault, assaulting her multiple times in 2010. So you can come back 11 years later to. I'm not going to get into that. Okay, plugged in my computer. Okay, with the LA Times story saying that her suit, including an instance where Manson allegedly put a pillow over her face and used a knife. I'll say that. I can't even say that to cut her shoulder, inner arm, and stomach. Let me see. Do I have that? Oh. Hey Lexi, how you doing? How you doing? Uh, see, I thought I had. Okay, you get the picture, but there's really instead of he broke her nose. Now let's take a look at her again. Let's see how her nose looks in this picture. I think her nose, and even if you do get work on, if you have a broken nose, there's always something that is there showing that your nose was broken. There's always a little deformity there, and you just don't see it. But I am just so glad that it was dismissed, even under these circumstances that she couldn't get another lawyer. But from what I read earlier, the statement that was put out that she's just not going to be used by other people, aka Evan Rachel Wood. Yes, Evan. Yes, Evan. Now, let's talk a little bit about Andrew Tate. I gave you a little bit of it, but um, you just can't. Andrew Tate, his braggadocious ways. If he wasn't such a braggadocious person, if he wasn't such an insufferable human being to where he could zap out all the energy and it still wouldn't be enough. He's so braggadocious, and just his oh, just watching him in interviews, like, oh my goodness, does he have enough room? His ego is so big. Does he have enough room for himself? I don't know, but man, this is really something. But last month, this is in the Newser. Um, Last month, controversial influencer Andrew Tate, since taken into custody of Romanian police for trafficking and grape juice charges, tried to troll climate activist Greta Thunberg with a post about his luxurious car collection. And he's bragging about, I have 33 cars, including a Bugatti and at least two Ferraris. He bragged at the time, poking fun at Greta or Thunberg by telling her he wanted to send her a list of vehicles in his possession, as well as detailing the numerous emissions. That list just became substantially shorter. Romanian authorities said they've seized some of his cars from Tate's assemblage, including what appeared to be the Bugatti and the Ferraris, as well as a Porsche, and 380,000 Rolls Royce Wrath, black badged. Uh, per the Independent cited the Romanian Outlook spy news. Wow. Okay, wait a minute. You said I am good as always. Okay, great. Andrew Tate is stuff. Yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy. And when all this came down, Andrew Tate going into getting going to jail, the police coming to swarm his house. Now, they knew he was in Romania because he took his, you take your passport, boop, boop, they know where you're going. So when he did those tweets poking fun and showing that he was in Romania with that pizza box, someone from and this is allegedly, this is what's out there. I can't prove it. I could only reiterate what's written. That someone or Greta Thunberg let the police know what was going on and that he was there. I don't know. I don't know how true it is, but that's what it is. I just found out, like, wow, they took it. Wow, they seized his stuff to sell it, to use that money to investigate him. That's all I can say. Okay, now here, Cher. Talk about Cher real quick, and then we can open it up. Cher and her Cher has a new man in her life. She and Amber Rose's ex, Alexander Edwards, seem to head home together after a fun night out with his buddy Tiger. Oh, wow. 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 So he's taking Cher to Cher's an icon. Oh, she has deep pockets. And she's 78. Looks great. Took Amber's man. I know, Lexi. It does sound weird. I know. Cher took his man. Cher took her. Cher just came down, said, Amber Rose, you don't know how to take care of a man. I'm going to take your man. I'm going to show you. Reports, Amber Rose said, she threw her hands up. She said, I'm done with black men. I'm done with black men. Any white man, anyone want me? I just was like, wow. Okay, wait, not that. Okay, the fact that yeah, okay, you're back. Yeah, they sold his stuff. They took Andrew Tate's stuff to investigate him. And they took his stuff to investigate him. Yeah, that's exactly what they did. Reports saying him being braggadocious, him doing all of that. I think he would have been better off having being somewhat humble. That would have helped him out a whole lot. But I don't think humble is his thing. Yeah, yep, Cher took Amber Rose's man. Now look, let me go back to the photos. This is funny. Okay, here's Amber Rose and AE. They call him AE or Alexander Edward. And I gotta say, he looks kind of happy. Here, looking at him, he looks real happy. He looks real happy. He looks he looks real happy with Cher. And the rock that he bought her, an engagement ring, he's gonna put that ring on her hand and get her down the aisle and make her Cher Edwards. CE. That has a ring to it. CE. Let me see. Yeah, he does look way happier. He does. He does look way happier. He looks happy. And the thing, look, men are simple. Men, ladies, men are very simple. Don't talk their ear off. Cook, have his back, and be nice. You don't have to be all ugly 24 hours a day. Take a break from being a jerkette. You don't gotta be mean. None of that. And Cher knows this. And Amber goes through men the way she goes through her underwear. Every day something different. But let's go back to that photo because he does look happier. He does look happier. Look, okay. This is him with Amber Rose. And this is him with Cher. Smiles. Smiles. Amber, he's like, oh, I know I'm gonna get cussed at. I know I am. I don't know. That's what it looked like to me. That's what it looked like to me. But it was something. So I'm gonna open up the line. Please call up and what do you want to talk about? You want to talk about there's three things on wait a minute. Yeah, you're right. There's always a huge difference. And by I don't know. Well, I know Amber must be terribly embarrassed having a woman 78 years old that is 40 years older than them both, Amber Rose and AE, and a woman 40 some odd years older that's in great shape, shares in great shape, took Amber's man, just took him, and he ran. He didn't walk, he didn't skip, he ran. Just uh, yep, yep. All right, if you want to call in, let me bring up my number. Call in because I would love to hear your perspectives on whatever you want to talk about, what's on there. Please call in. We could talk about Marilyn Manson and happy birthday, Marilyn Manson, about the case that Ashley Smithline brought against him, that being dismissed and the reasons why. Um, Andrew Tate having going to jail and having Romania sell his stuff to investigate him. Oh my goodness. Oh, and the second part of it was that if there are any victims in this case, then they could use his money to pay them. Okay. And thirdly, Amber Rose losing her man to Cher. So if you want to call up, please do so. Okay. Lexi says, talk about with it. Okay, come on up. Okay, you don't have to talk about whatever you want. If you want to talk about Ashley Smithline, please do so. Um, come on up, call up. I would like to hear your thoughts on that. Because Evan Rachel Wood, oh, I know you are so quiet. You're like, if I'm quiet, they're gonna leave me alone. They're gonna go past this. Oh my goodness. I'm just sitting here, just thinking about it. And I looked at I was thinking about Evan Rachel Wood. And I said this in another video. And I was looking at that situation through my own lens, right? And I didn't stop or consider to look at the situation about through her lens, because it's about her. Okay. Because it's really about her and what was going through her head. Now, so went back into some of my archives, the articles and things that I gathered, and I'm like, I'm missing something. I'm missing something. And if you're on my Discord, I'm working through that, and you know what it is. And it was like staring me right in my face. I read over it, just bloop, 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 going through it, just saying, hey, this is what it is. Oh, no, no, no. Evan Rachel Wood. Oh my goodness. I mean, just for her to come up with something like this. I mean, it is, in my opinion, spiteful, manipulative, most of all, two things, methodical and diabolical. Oh my goodness. E- Everybody's watching, the world stage is watching, and it's between two sets. You got the fans, and you got Evan Rachel Wood and Marilyn Manson. And it's Evan Rachel Wood's side, and they are staunch supporters, regardless of the info that comes out about her, regardless of it. Then you have Marilyn Manson supporters that are bringing actual facts. Now, I put something up earlier on Twitter talking about the FBI letter and showing to where Evan Rachel Wood, showing that she did not fight it. She didn't refute it. She didn't. Not one of Evan Rachel Wood supporters commented, refuted. Other things, oh, you're just making, you're blah, 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 blah. Just coming out with all I feel. And it has nothing to do with what you feel. It has everything to do with what you can prove. Marilyn Manson is proving all of her stuff. You did this. You lied about this. I hope, I hope, because there needs to be an example on lying. One thing that women do, not all women, women like Evan Rachel Wood, who will use some type of Mexual assault against a woman, everybody would jump on you. They would jump on you because it is a horrible thing to do for a man or even a woman to sexually assault another woman or a woman. You just don't do it. You just don't. And then add grape juice, and then you add um something wild, H trafficking. Really? H trafficking? And Evan Rachel Wood needs to be made an example of, that you cannot do this. You cannot willfully destroy a man's life because you're angry and you're emotional. Um, get over it. Okay, you dumped him and you decided to go be with Ilma. Fine. Do you, or as they say, do you boo boo? Okay. She left. Evan Rachel Wood left Marilyn Manson, broke up, whatever, had a screaming match, whatever. Been with Illma Gore, and then said, "Oh, he's such a great man." Blah 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 blah. But he did this to me, and then using an FBI agent's name. Oh goodness. Using an FBI agent's name, a real FBI agent's full name, using her full name, and you take that and use it against your ex-husband to get your child. And your ex-husband's a good man, 50-50, and you want more. Mm. But he married you. He knows you. And Jamie Bell, I mean, Jamie Bell should have looked under the hood first before he saw all that crazy coming out. Poor guy. But Marilyn Manson, I'm glad you're taking her to task. I'm glad you are suing her. If more men will stop taking it on the chin, okay, no, 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 no. No. Sue these women. Sue them. And they'll stop lying on you. If if more men make women responsible for what they do, like Amber Heard, I'm glad Johnny Depp made Amber Heard responsible for her mess and sued her. And she looked like the horrible person that she is. She was horrible in Australia. She was horrible in England. Heck, she was horrible in Israel. Just, how do you beat the slobber knocker out of your girlfriend in a hotel, run out into the hallway, tell security, I'm a paying customer, and go back to slobber knocking your girlfriend with your brassiere on in public? I mean, just made her responsible. And I'm glad. Evan Rachel Wood. Okay, great. Call me. Okay, fabulous. I would love to hear your ideas on it. Fabulous. So it's coming, and Evan, you know it, and dare I say the beautiful part about this? Dare I say the beautiful part? You're responsible, and I said this in other streams and other videos. You're responsible for everything that came out of Illma Gore's mouth. Everything that Illma said, not everything, everything that Illma Gore said came from you, Evan. Came from you. And I got to find that court document. It says that it, it says that Evan is liable. Evan Rachel Wood is liable for Illma Gore's actions, for Illma Gore swatting Marilyn Manson. And just like allegedly Greta Thunberg swatted um, Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate and Marilyn Manson, they have a lot going on, but now, but now, uh, Andrew Tate, he's getting a bigger chunk of it And it's interesting how the progression of it. Johnny Depp lost a lot. Marilyn Manson lost more than Johnny Depp. But now Johnny Depp regained a lot of that. Now Andrew Tate, oh my goodness. But it still goes back to Evan Rachel Wood is responsible for everything that Illma Gore said and did. You can't make this stuff up. You can't. You can't. And if oh okay. All right. And Lexi, okay, I see it. And if Andrew Tate, well, I know what okay, let me just say this. I know that Marilyn Manson is going to win his defamation suit against Evan Rachel Wood. Just looking at all the court documents. Oh man, that's so much reading. Oh my goodness. I learned a lot about law because I had $2.50 worth of law knowledge. Now I have $5.50. Hey Lexi,
Hi, how are you?
how are you?
Good, so good. Loving the news.
Oh,
Cher's case is dismissed.
oh yeah.
Bless her. I took a lot of heat today, but I definitely agree. I think Manson's gonna win.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. And the man and the Evan Rachel Wood supporters are not coming after me as much because I do put some stuff out there on Twitter. Yeah, I put a nice tweet out there just showing it an excerpt of the document. Goodness, it just dropped. I can't think of it, but it was the newest court documents that came out about the limited the limited discovery of Evan Rachel Wood, and just a small little excerpt to where it showed that she didn't refute anything.
okay.
She didn't. I just was like, you can't. You were so caught in your lot. Look, it's like,
She had a fit.
oh, she had to face it. I'll tie it into this to make it really clear for those of you who are still holding on to nah, no. Evan Rachel Wood is so caught up in her lie. It is like a big girl wearing a size 18 trying to put on a size 2. That's how I'm so silly. I'm sorry. I'm so silly. But she can't get out of this because she is so ingrained in this. Her anger and her obsessiveness. She is so obsessed that she can't let go, even though she had Illma Gore. Okay, whatever happened for Marilyn Manson and Evan Rachel Wood to break up. Don't know what happened, but however they broke up, he accepted that fine. She goes off and gets with Illma Gore. And to me, it looked like Illma Gore was really, really, really in love with Evan Rachel Wood.
on Manson.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
I'm not.
or anything. I'm just
No,
someone before Emma.
now there was. I'm not sure, but I know she dated Zach, a guy that she was in, that was in her group, her band. But that was after Marilyn. Then she got with Zach, but that was years ago, years prior. But Evan Rachel Wood and Illma Gore were together, and it seemed like that Illma Gore was more in love with Evan Rachel Wood than she was with her.
Yeah.
Evan Rachel, yeah.
Too deep with them. Not to compare the two, but it's just like a private example of a narcissistic relationship.
You're being so nice saying it's narcissistic. Oh, you're being so nice. You have more tact than I do.
Big time. You speak my mind more in personal messages.
Just wait till you get older. I do it on the messages and I don't. My daughter's 30. I gotta tell you, look, the way I am here is the way I am out in the street. If I bless you out here, that's exactly what I would do out there. Just no difference. People that know me, like, oh, that's BGD. Oh, that's her. Oh yeah. But I do have tact. I do. I know when to give the given circumstances. But now,
Earlier. So now I'm like, sorry, I got my popcorn. Speaking for forget over, like, you know, political, it's nobody's business, but technically she made it everybody's business.
yep, she brought it. She brought it to the public. I mean, oh my goodness, Senator Rubio. I want to feel bad for her. I do. He's like, oh my goodness, I got something here. I can make my political career and further the charge to support women that are being abused by these men because we believe all women. Look, look, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. Look, no, I don't even believe the woman down the hallway. If you I don't, if you believe all women, then I got a bridge to sell you. I can sell you the Brooklyn Bridge, $10.50, and not a Happy Meal, the cheeseburger, McDonald's meal, and put a little Big Mac sauce on it. Okay. You don't. Men have this idea that women are angels, that we do no wrong. We are these beautiful creatures that are just mystical and mythical, and we're like in some kind of mist. I know I'm being a little verbose. Forgive me. Or just this mist, and we are these delicate little flowers, and we would never do no harm because we are just so needy. We just need it, and they never see the evil right behind us. That see the evil, and
Even when we're younger, because, like, not perfect good, okay? I'm thinking, like, I'll put someone, hate someone else, like, immediately. Like, not even hiding it. Like, my niece is the same way, but she has a boyfriend that she's been long term with, that tells me things, and I'm like, Gracie, chill. Like, you know, like don't put your eggs in one basket, but don't be dumb to know guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like real.
Gotta choose well.
Like
Choose well. Or you'll wind up like Amber Rose. Cher came and took her man. 78. 40 Cher, let me see. Cher is 78. Amber is what? 30 something. In her early 30s, and same with what's his name? Alexander Edward. She did Cher's son, Chaz. Her youngest son is older than them both. Yeah. Oh yeah, she just came and just took them. But back to Marilyn Manson. Yeah, Evan Rachel Wood is going to be more of a byword proverb than Amber Heard. Oh man, I'm just so glad that that these guys are making these women responsible for their behavior, because I believe that the laws need to be changed. If you go in there and you start lying, enforce that perjury law. Enforce it, because you're making a total mockery of the United States justice system, to where a woman can go in there and tell a lie. I mean, horrible lies, to where down there in South Carolina at Duke University, this woman said that these guys, the lacrosse team, Mexually abused her and grape juiced her. These guys go to jail, they lose their scholarships, they lose everything, for it to only to turn out that she lied. Not only that she lied, but a couple of years later, shortly after, she killed someone. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. I look, that's why my brother, before he passed, he was mad at me because the girl that he was dating, I talked about this over the videos over some months, that I get women straight. I get them straight right off the bat. My brother used to get so mad at me, and my younger brother, you know, he he was over in Las Vegas. He kept on butt calling me. And I called him back. I'm like, why are you butt calling me? And then his girlfriend's like, who is that? He says, my sister. She said, stop lying. I was like, do I need to come on out there and go get that woman straightened out? He's like, oh God, no. Oh, no, no, because I will take off of work because I know women. I know what we do. I know how far we would go. And we do it through emotions, and we're angry, not thinking about the consequences. Because majority of the time we cut off our nose in spite of our face. We destroy our home because we're angry. And once we calm down, oh, I'm sorry, I did all this, or we're homeless. Oh man, nah, no.
yeah.
Yeah, all that dumb stuff. All that dumb stuff. I mean, we all have done dumb stuff at one point or another. We all have, and you learn from it. But Evan Rachel Wood, it's never. I can't say never. I can't say it's never going to stop. But what I can say is that she has an addictive personality.
She definitely does. And
Oh,
like you said before, it's not just like addictive personality doesn't mean you're addicted to drugs and
Right.
alcohol. You can be addicted to people and things and like not even like that. Like once you do something, like you're on it. Like that's kind of like what she's doing. She's like dedicated to it. She knows she's lying, but
Yep.
she's going to continue, just like Amber Heard,
Mhm.
and just like several other people have lied and accused people of things, and it went on for years, and you know, then the truth comes out. It's like, oops. Well, how do you really apologize to someone?
There is nothing that you can do or say to apologize to a person that you willfully, knowingly destroyed their life. That Evan Rachel Wood, Ashley Smithline, knowingly and willingly tried to destroy Marilyn Manson's life on a whim.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you hang out? Okay, okay, Ashley Walters, I understand her. She wanted to be part of the cool girls, the pretty girls. I'm in. They need this info. Well, let me get this info. Oh, let me get my hair done. Let me get all dolled up. Let me do all. She wanted to be a part of the crowd, the cool crowd. And it seemed like that was the first time she was a part of the cool crowd, the cool girls. Ripped her life apart.
Like, hey, we're gonna do this project, you know. Let's know the script and do this thing, you know. I don't know. I really want to know how it went down. Like what? Like who initially? Like, I mean, I'm guessing it's Evan because you know her custodial Jake's in court right now, and then the FBI letter. And supposedly, there's multiple investigations on Manson, but if they found something, like he would be gone by now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Locked up. When they did that house raid, supposedly, no.
All that immaturity. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I think. Who started it? I believe it was Evan Rachel Wood. I don't think anyone who is in a relationship and is in love with someone that broke up with someone would sit there and do anything to start a problem with someone that is not a problem in your relationship. I don't see Illma Gore going after Marilyn Manson unless if Marilyn Manson was trying to come back and take Evan Rachel Wood. Then I see Illma Gore doing all this wild stuff. Yeah.
He, or his complete version.
Mhm.
He mentions like he's never even met Illma Gore.
Right.
He's even met her.
Right.
Information is in there that they said that the call was made from Illma Gore.
Mm-hmm.
I'm remembering that correctly, but like that was just like, okay, it's a scam.
Yeah.
And then I did my research on Illma Gore, and like I kind of feel bad for her because like she was homeless most of her life. Like you gotta imagine that's not easy life. Like you gotta find ways to survive on the streets. You know, and then she meets Evan Rachel Wood, who's like pretty famous. So
I just thought my mom would say it's not easy being greasy. It's like Ilma's greasy. She's really greasy. It's not easy being greasy. And she lives a greasy life, and what she tries to do to make a living doesn't pay out. It isn't paying out. But when she got with Evan Rachel Wood, she struck gold. Oh, I'm living in a mansion. Oh my goodness. I'm eating real steak. It's like,
yeah. Like, why? Why keep it going? Like, she, like, I defend Ashley because she backed out before her case. Like, yeah, she came forward, she said it, like, she did the interviews, like, she did it, like, she said it, like, she smeared his name. And there's people saying, like, maybe the texts aren't real that she, like, admitted it, but, like, kind of, I mean, it seems like she's trying to back out, and she tried to, you know, talk about it with someone, and they immediately posted the information on social media instead of doing something logical with it, like taking it to a lawyer or something. You know, hello, be smart with information. Like, but I mean, I don't blame her for like shutting down on people. Who knows? I don't know much about her, so whatever. It's done. It's in the past. She's backed out. Just,
Can I can I ask you, do you think that if Evan Rachel Wood didn't call her or ask her to do this, do you think that Ashley Smithline would have sued him on her own?
no, would have sued them. And I have to look at Bianca. Did Bianca's case get? No, hers didn't get shoved. Walter's, her case got dismissed, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
That was.
That one didn't know about that.
Yeah.
She's also high risk. You have no reason to do more research on her. Didn't care to research her anyways. But I'm like really digging into Bianca because something's not lining up with this woman. Like, her whole history is clear. Like, I found a couple of things though that I'll share with you.
Okay.
I want to keep it on the down low, but like anything I find useful, like, kind of keep it. Well, it's just like personal curiosities because I feel like some stuff is important because she was a neo burlesque dancer before meeting Manson, and somewhere in her declaration she talks about she was left him in 2011 after only being able to escape while he was sleeping, which doesn't make sense. So she said that he locked her out of the apartment, which, I mean, if I was locked out of my abuser's apartment all night, I think I would go somewhere safe.
I would be happy. Oh, you talking to me? Yes. Yes.
What has my mind like hoggling is the fact that she keeps mentioning this visa thing, and Manson helped her get a visa, and like he kept threatening to revoke it and stuff like that. But she's not very detailed on any grading or sorry, it's really not laughing at us.
Okay, Esme.
Shitty if any of this turns out to be true, but I would need to do like actual physical proof and like hear all of it to even like it would have to be like a mistrial. There's like no way.
No, there isn't any way at all. I
just like crap, and I'm basically just waiting for it to be over. Like, and you know, still hoping Evan finds her spot in prison.
I mean, you know, I really hope Agent Langer sues her because what she did was she committed fraud. She used that fraudulent letter with her Agent Langer's name on it in court. She takes it from one jurisdiction and uses it in a completely different state in a different court. Oh man, the levels of, oh my goodness. She tried to kill she tried to kill two birds with one stone. Say that again?
But I should share to you that we're after her and Manson.
Mm-hmm.
They're kind of like, she's a little too comfortable, you know. So, you know, and then she's out in public. She's all talking about like she's scared for her life, but she's like flipping them off. And,
Yep.
you know, in the public, and she's in areas that he's in. It's just,
And that right there's a bunch of you know, Evan, her behavior, what she says and what she does not match. Oh, I was grape juiced, but then she laughs about grape juice jokes. I'm afraid of Manson, but I'm up there singing, giving the middle finger. No, 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 no.
yeah. It's her. Shows her that she's. So those things that I was like, that is not very interesting. You might find it interesting too, because it's kind of, you would think inappropriate for such a short period. I have to find it.
Oh, I will tell you. I will tell you something about Esme Bianco. Before Esme Bianco came to the States, or before she had anything to do with Marilyn Manson, she was married, left her husband in the UK, came over to the US, even though she had a contract over there in Asia to do some modeling work. But when Marilyn Manson contacted her, she came over to the States. She was married. She will not. I found the article. I have it somewhere in my archives. And her husband, oh my goodness, he was so pissed. She won't talk about him. She won't reveal his name.
Anything.
I can't find it. Like, but I'm just really surprised that she's going after Marilyn the way she is, because he could just simply call her husband. Come over to the States and please testify.
Yeah.
She left her husband, come over to the States to work, and then start dating Marilyn Manson in a public view.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What? What?
Damage. Not that true.
Yeah.
Knowledge. Everything.
And he can.
Thing.
I'm looking. I have almost all of the court documents. I'm looking at it, and it's well put together. And then as you can look at what they're doing, you do your added research and add a little bit more. Oh yeah, this is believable. These ladies are lying. And I use the word ladies loosely when I talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
The 80s, I can't even call them women, call them omens.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Yes, 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 yes. You hear them you hear a beautiful sound, you see these beautiful women, and next thing you know, your boat has crashed, your cargo is all over the ocean, and your life is destroyed by these sirens. I like that. Thank you. Get a little animated. Mhm. I can't wait until it's televised because I am going to be on it. Be on it. I just want to see Evan Rachel Wood and Illma Gore. And keep in mind, whatever, because Illma Gore can get through this. She can maneuver through this because everything what she did was based on what Evan Rachel Wood told her.
Yeah, it's gonna be real. If she's smart.
Well,
if she's smart and she gets herself out of it, but if she continues to follow, then she's going to get herself in a lot of trouble.
well, Illma has been etching from.
So then you would be in a lot of trouble for using an FBI with her. Using it for custody, and you'd already be done with one.
And like for some reason, I don't think they even thought that whatever you put on the internet, it stays. Like I remember back many moons ago when I was an undergrad, and I had the floppy disk. You probably don't even know what that is. a flop. It was a floppy disk, and I did a 13-page research paper, and I accidentally deleted it. Oh my God, I had alligator tears. I go to the technology part, and they found my paper. It was on the disk. Now, whatever you put out there in the ether, it stays. And by them thinking that they could delete something, wash, no. Technology is so good. You can put something in a cloud, and they get it.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. This person that hacked his account.
Mm-hmm.
See what happens. And literally, next thing they're like, "Oh, it didn't work. You need to send more money." It's like, what do you mean it's working? Can you send a screenshot? They couldn't show me any screenshots of what they were talking about, so I called the Cleveland FBI department here in Ohio, and they gave me this link to go make my complaint to, and I sent all my stuff, my bank and their account that I sent the money to, and I was told to call my bank, and then they sent me back my money.
Yeah.
And my friend got his account and his money back.
Mm.
So, yeah, they can definitely find things with very little, yeah, you can delete something, but it's not gone completely when it's digital like that. It's really not, pictures of me that I'm like, oh, should I get there? Should it be on there? But,
Yeah. Oh yeah. But that Esme Bianco. Oh man, she she is in. What? Who? Okay. Who will trust any of these ladies? Who? Whom will? Would it be him? Not her. No. No one's gonna trust him because you're so easily swayed. You don't think. You don't use discernment. You just take anyone's word for it. You don't even bother to do the minimum amount of research. Even a Google search, the first page, you don't even do that.
yeah, it's the sad thing.
I gotta say, my ex-husband, I was married at the age of 22. So, he got me early. We were both 22. That's not a good thing.
When I was and was very close of disasters.
Yeah, when you're starting out like that, yeah, it's a mess. You just learn each other. But one thing about my ex-husband was this. he would listen intently, like listening to everything that I was saying. And I thought I was getting over on him. I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. Yeah, uh-huh. And then when I finished, he's like, okay, now what really happened? I'm like, oh my God, okay. He got me. He got me. Oh man. I
Smile, forced expression, like you can just tell. There's wrinkles in Adonis, and there's no wrinkles in it not. You know, when you smile, like your eyes get all wrinkly, and if you're faking a smile, it adds wrinkly.
Yep.
I,
You'll get there. You'll get there. You'll get there. You got time. You'll get there. I've been there. I bet you'll get there. But with these ladies, oh, I mean, I got okay. They lack so much. They lack integrity. They lack humility. They lack decent decency, and they lack respect. You know, and it's interesting how they're turning on each other because Evan is a genesis of all this stuff. She is. And it seemed like to me, just going through all the stuff, it seemed like to me that her love for him, which I believe was true. I believe she truly loved him. But her delusions, I feel bad for Marilyn Manson because he didn't know he was with Evan or her delusions because she couldn't tell what was real and what was fake. Imagine the wildness within that.
like, no wonder, like, he was so heartbroken when she left. Could you imagine being like so head over heels for someone that like you're hurt so bad that you cut yourself? Like that's pain right there. Like trying to feel
I
something other than emotional pain. Like I don't know.
I think that had to do.
She is sick for like roasting him for that. Like
Yeah, she is, but I think that was more so with Dita than with her. You want to know why I say that?
why is that?
Well, he disrespected Dita so badly that the only thing that Dita did was simply love him for him. And even though he wanted to go out there and still sow his oats because he wasn't ready to get married, but he didn't want to lose Dita. When he got when Evan presented herself in the situation in a marriage that was having problems and she inserted herself into that, he disrespected Dita by by placing Evan in their marital home, in their marital bed, in their places, their little safe places that was just him and Dita that they were to enjoy. And he just poo-pooed all over that for eye candy. Now just imagine this. Imagine.
Be true. You know, well, that's
Now,
conceptual. Like I know some girls are okay with that, but I don't know.
but imagine you did all of this for this girl or this woman, and then she leaves you and she peels back the blanket, and you're looking and you see the disaster of your life that you made, and the woman that you gave your name to You look over there and you just see the horrible things you did, and you gotta face not only that reality, but then you're feeling the pain because you did it in public. You didn't care anything about he didn't care anything about Dita at all. And then once she left, he was like, oh Dita, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did that. And she's like, see ya, don't want to be you.
Right. Yeah, that's understandable. I actually didn't even know Dita. I don't know. I think I had my things twisted or something again. Like,
Let me see if I can bring up her picture.
now I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, they would be together, like, during his, this is the new shoes,
Hmm.
the rest of it.
It is something. I'm just like,
That's sad.
yeah. I mean,
You know? But Manson at the same time, like, maybe he didn't.
here she is. You see her? Oh, there's like maybe like a 20-second lag. That's Dita. And let me see if I can bring up that photo of Evan wearing the same thing what Marilyn Manson was, going to the same. Yeah, yeah. She was wearing a striped suit, and so was he. And she was wearing a beautiful red dress. I don't have it on this one. Uh
It's a couple.
mhm. And she was really happy. I mean, even though that he had his flaws and he was struggling with drug abuse and alcoholism, he was struggling with those things, and she was like, okay, we can work through this. Evan's like, hey, we can do this stuff together. It's just- she 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 fed into all of his worst attributes, and she just magnified it, and he just fell deeper and deeper into that delusion right along with her. It's like,
Yeah. Yeah. She seemed like she was more than happy to be with him.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's exactly her type because of her eyeliner.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. Oh my goodness. I thought that was strange. I thought that was strange. I'm glad you caught that. Oh, yeah, because I was getting ready to bring that on my Discord. Oh yeah, because I'm looking at all the small things. I look at other content creators and I'm like, ah, you're not touching it. You're not touching it. Let me go in.
So, but like that's Jerome like
I'm I'm willing to go to the small details because the small details really enhances the story. Because when you look at Evan Rachel Wood, I want to know, what is it with the eyeliner? Why do men have to have eyeliner for you to be with them? And then if they don't, because Jamie Bell wasn't wearing eyeliner, but he did after she was with him. What is it with eyeliner? How is that you know, it goes into the psychology. There's something there behind that. There's something, I don't know what it is, but there's something there.
go date me. Yeah. That's a
I wonder if that has anything to do with that book, Lolita. I wonder. Huh. Uh-huh.
I did start reading that. I haven't had too much time to read it, but
I can't read that book.
kind of.
If you look on my other channel, I did a live stream, and what that guy, Lolita, that older man, is a true Pedialyte filer. Okay, if you get the. And they recently did a play called Downstate that was based in Illinois, of a group of men living in a group home, and each of them had some type of issue dealing with Pedialyte filer. Well, the guy that the piano teacher assaulted the student when he was young, he mexually assaulted him. So the play was through the perspective of the guy that was being confronted by the boy that he assaulted. And the writer wanted us to find some kind of sympathy for these guys. And if we couldn't, could we? Because they received such harsh sentences and their lives are forever changed. And I'm thinking, well, did they think about the light in those children's eyes? They had a light of joy. Did they think about what they killed? No, no. So if you watch that stream, oh my goodness. Oh, I could not laugh about it now. Oh my goodness. I just went on everyone. I just got so upset. And matter of fact, I took a small little snippet of it, about a 5 minute snippet of it. And I'm passionate about children. You don't know. Uh-uh. You leave children alone. And what they're doing is they're bringing it slowly through the schools, because now you're going to have three orientations, three Mexual orientations. You're going to have gays, gays and lesbians, transgenders, and now the third one is Pedialyte philia. They're bringing that into as a a Mexual orientation.
Straight out of school right now. I swear to God.
If look at that video, and then I also have I think I put in some resources, and even if you don't even I hope I did, but if not, look up NAMBLA, the National Association of Man Boy Love. And I started doing a little bit of research on that. And when they were pushing for marriage, now marriage was never law, it was a contract between two people. That's why it took a lawyer and the courts to separate you. But they turned it into a law. And if you look at the man, oh man, if you look at the people that were mixed in with the gays and lesbians that were pushing for marriage rights and equality, you had these people there that were mixed in with them. And then from there, then you had transgender rights, and they wanted equality in bathrooms, and whenever they committed crimes, they would be here according to what they were. I feel like a woman, so I belong over here. I feel like a man, I belong over here. Now, the third one is that right there. Start looking at the policies and laws, what they are pushing for. Now, in New York, back in what, the 90s, they lowered the age of consent. It was 18, then they trickled it down to 16. They pushed it down to 13. The mothers went to Albany and was ready to burn that place down. All of a sudden, the same day, took it away.
Having their own bathrooms, stuff like that. It makes school.
Yeah, what they were doing down and now they're trying to put it across the United States. Now there's the 27th Amendment. All states are separate. So everything is supposed to be separate. Florida, California, schools are separate. And with these sneaky mm, mm, mm. I'm trying not to get upset. I'm trying to explain it to you and not get mad.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah. 1 second.
they're trying to put it on a federal level because now you can in every school, and let me be specifically with this, every public school, you can go to the bathroom with the gender that you identify with, not that you're assigned with, but what you identify with. Now, with that, now, when you go into elementary schools, because so many laws have been passed for the LGBTQ, great. Have those laws, great. Within those laws, now it's like, okay, now we want to have children to be introduced to our lives. I have two moms, I have two dads. Okay. I'm not saying if that's right or wrong. No.
After everything happened between us, he actually came out. He was gay, and I accepted it. I'm like, it's fine. I'd rather have another guy raise my kid than another girl trying to play mommy. You know. So I definitely accepted it. Like, it hurts.
Okay.
Like, so I'm very, open to, people being gay, and, it's very normal to me. Like, I don't judge people.
Pay your taxes. Pay your taxes.
But nervous, because, I'm trying to raise my kid, have children, like, grandchildren, not a grandchild,
And
no grandchildren at all, like,
and what they're trying to introduce is mexuality in schools. How you have mechs from kindergarten, no, from first grade to fifth grade. Now we had I remember when I was in school, we had, and that was a long time ago. We had health education, but it did not go into um the actual act. And what they're saying is showing is the actual act of how you have certain where you insert things.
kid's gonna be taken out of that.
But
Just easily.
but but but
Why not?
but here's the interesting thing is that what was this in Virginia? At the Virginia, or you had the Muslim population that went to the school board and said, oh no, 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 you're not going to do it. Florida said no, wait until they're junior high. No, not junior high. I mean, well, no. I say, and that's why I'm talking about them lowering the age, because they now they have the other classification of it is called child attractive, minor attracted person. That's a sexuality. That's what it's called, minor attracted person. Now, it never said to what age? Minors. So what age are you talking about?
Right.
Because you're allowed to get married at the age of 16 if your parents consent to it.
No.
But what age? That's what downstate was about. And I went, I mean, I just, whew. I get why I didn't get many views on it. I get why I get it. Yeah, yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Do that. Well, now what they're doing because it's so strong. Like here, in DC, was it DC? There. Let me see. Public education and private education is so strange because you can have a private school, you can have a gym teacher teaching math. I mean, and same thing with public charter schools. Now you had this, and this is how wild it is. A a what is it? What is it called? The person that the dean of discipline brought in LGBTQ trans, and this person happened to be a transgender. And when they came in, they gave the students um dildos to all the students. And the guy that was being interviewed said, "Well, we did it, And so then the interviewer said, "Well, did the parents know?" He goes, "Oh no, we don't need to do that." And he was like, "I wanted to bring it in because that is what I am." So the school wrote a letter giving the guy that brought this security. Not that not that they did not how can I say this? Reprimand him for going out of the confines of his job. And that was to only discipline the children, not bringing in other organizations in without the parents' knowledge. And they're having these dildos having little sword fights, not really understanding what it was. Sword fights and throwing them all over the place. Oh my God. Somebody's child from the school told the parents and they went up there to go deal with that guy there. So instead of reprimanding the person that did it, they provide security and said what he did was okay. But the parents are paying you money to teach their children, and anything outside of the curriculum, you're not telling us? Is that a part of the curriculum in your school? I mean, I called. I said, "Hey, is this a part of the curriculum in your school?" Asking pointed questions that 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 I know that is not in the curriculum. It's not because okay, I'm not going to get into the nuts and bolts of it. Yes, yes, yes.
He argued with his dad about sending him to public school. Like, I would have rather homeschooled him or found him a private school to go to or just paid a little bit extra for his little ears to be protected until he lived enough that I could have the talks or his dad could have the talks. But
Well, I mean,
it's like they basically teach racism in school.
uh-huh.
Like they basically teach it. Like instead of I feel like they should project it a different way. Like, yeah, this happened, but here are the changes we're making. I feel like that should be really like corporate. Like, there's a lot of reasons like I didn't want to send him to public school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, public school, you're not really going to learn about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I would teach him, like, he's not, like, he doesn't look at people like they're different. Like, he doesn't, I don't even think he realizes people have different colored skin. Because he's never like, some kids are like, oh, why is she tan with brown eyes and brown hair, like, she doesn't talk English.
Just say biology. Teach it's biology. That's simply what it is. Biology. But I think teaching the truth. Now I remember because sometimes I substitute teach every now and again. I not very often. I'm just like,
How they teach it in school, especially to like young children, because then, like, when I was in school, like, I went to a 70% African American school,
Mhm.
And like barely anybody was racist, and now, like, the area I live in, it's like someone comes in and like,
Are you there? Oh no. Are you there?
yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
it's getting better. Like, I can't make.
Well, it is what it is. It all depends on the person's mindset, but I firmly believe, well, right,
Right.
like like how? Just spit it out. Just put it out there.
Like, that's how it was, and these are the changes, and like,
Okay. It was law. Okay, it was law. It was public policy. It was law. Everything that occurred was law. Okay. Now that has to be taught. And what I do not like is the way education is taught. It's taught in a way to where it's not going to offend anyone. What happened was offensive and needs to be taught that way. Now, now it needs to be taught
that's what I mean. It's like they're dampering it a little bit so that people are like able to make
a little bit,
jokes, but
a
like,
whole lot. Mhm.
like,
Oh, thank you. Mhm. Oh. Go ahead. I hear you, Lexi. More. Thank you.
like more serious.
Well, the only way that is going to happen is this. The only way that will truly happen is if people can say it. If you can't say it, you can't convey it. And you have to be okay with offending people when it comes to teaching the truth. And what you get in textbooks, if you research that stuff, you're being lied to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and 3 times on Sunday. Okay? You're being lied to. Now, I didn't like the textbooks that I was getting for my students. I'm like, no, 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 I don't like this. I don't like this. And I would, say, hey, you're gonna have to really put the truth in here because this is not true. And when you talk to the publishers, they're like, how dare you? Yeah, how? Wait a minute, wait. How dare you tell us what we are going to indoctrinate the students? No, like it just so happened.
Try.
Yeah, it's like
Oh, yeah.
It was like
How very of virtues.
it, it was history is such a big lie. Now, goodness, who was I talking to? I can't talk to students the way I want to, but when I see them outside, I tell them the truth. And whenever I sub, they're like, "Oh, why don't you become a permanent teacher?" No, no, I'm not gonna. No, 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 no. They would fire me and take a little pension that they're going to give me. No, because I'm going to tell you the truth. And I mean, I've done that. Well, even then to a certain extent, because you have to keep with the curriculum and what they want you to teach them. You have your syllabus, and your syllabus has to be based on the book that you're going to use and whatever the school's oh goodness, what is it? The school's mission, all of that has to connect, right?
Right.
Now, what we were I was asking this no, this girl was saying how they were learning about Christopher Columbus and how he discovered America. And I asked, I said, how do you discover a country that's already lived on?
Exactly.
She said, well, it's kind of sort of, right? And I'm feeling for this young girl because I didn't go too far. I didn't. I just said, well, just think about that. And I said, matter of fact, think about this. You have a car and you left your keys in your car and you went into McDonald's to go get something to eat. Someone comes across and sees your car and jumps in it, turns a key and starts moving with your car. Did that person discover your car? She was like, oh, okay. All right. And I said, and the only thing I want you to do is to think about it. Whatever you do with this information is completely up to you. But read more. Read more. Read your books, yes, but read more. Because when I went to college, they had us, my professors had us reading the required material, but also additional stuff. We had, oh man, they put us through the ringer. But like I told my daughter and my son, I said, well, I don't have any grandchildren yet. I said, but when you do, just know they're being homeschooled. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No.
So hard. But like,
True. True.
but we're like, yeah, true. I mean, I could take them to the park, I could take the
It's true.
take them out to do activities. Like, I can sign him up for baseball. He doesn't have to be in school for that. Like, I can still sign him up for stuff outside of being in a school. He'll get social interactions other ways. He wouldn't have anything to do with it, so maybe there'll be something in the future that we can agree on.
Well, can,
Homeschooling.
can I give you some advice? Look at the school's mission statement. Look at the school's goals. Talk to the principal. What is the principal's ideology of the school? The assistant principal, look at the teachers, talk to them. And then you can pick what teacher you want your children to have.
About college
So go before, take your children to the school to make them comfortable with the school. Let them walk around and see what they're going to get into. Because I did that with my children when they were young. Let them look around. Because coming to a school, especially if they haven't never been to a school, to get them adjusted to where they're going to be. Let them sit down in the chairs. Let them walk around. You're going to sit here and talk and have no problems offending. What do you teach? How do you teach it? What is your thing on discipline? Your
couple of conversations with these people.
do that.
They had like zero interest in writing and
Thank you.
writing. Well, because he's such a sweet kid, but you could tell her like if she has to, well, he's sweet when he wants to be, but he's also really he'll do it when he feels like it. Kind of kid.
Oh, you gotta break him out of that.
Like as well as he can work.
Good.
Harder on him if you have to, or because it's be trouble with him having to play instead of doing his schoolwork. So she seems alright, but I'm just gonna go do my research and talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go do my own kind of thing, and then when I get a second, I'll go talk to them probably Monday or Tuesday.
And also find out. Well, it all depends how far you want to go into it. I go straight to the superintendent. I look at the school board. What type of society are you trying to produce? And teachers, being a teacher, you have to be comfortable in your own skin. And you must be able to give the education, or to be able to disseminate the education or what you want them to know, because you're building societies. Society is only as great as its teachers. If their teachers suck, your society's going to suck.
Exactly.
And what really gets me, oh man, this progressive crap. Oh my goodness. They basically stopped giving homework because the children, it was too much for students. No, it's not. They have to compete with the world. And you're making delicate little flowers. And they will not be able to accept rejection. They will not be able to accept a lot of the hardships what they're going to face if you have not been introduced to know, try harder, you can do it, put in the effort.
Right.
Sacrifice something. If they are not learning these values, how are you going to make it out there? You're not. Yeah.
He's like halfway through his first year of school.
How old is he?
He's 6.
Hmm.
He's turned 6 actually.
Okay. And
yeah, he's doing better. He likes going to school.
Good.
Like, they asked me, like, "Can I have school today?" Like, all through Christmas break, that's all I heard from him.
I'm telling you, stay on those teachers, stay on the oh, and have the teachers spell out their disciplinary plan. I'm telling you. Because you have oh man. Oh, my goodness. I taught in DC, and I purposefully went to what they considered the worst school. And I went there and I taught. My first year teaching. And my first year, all teachers bomb because you're learning.
Right.
Now, I developed this little hater application. It worked. Because you had to apply to be someone's hater. You could not just simply be a hater and not apply. No. You had, oh yeah, I came up with some good ones. You weren't going to act a fool in my classroom.
Yes.
And a fight would break out. I would tell my students, do my work because you don't want me in your face. I'll be at your house teaching you. And I've done that. I would go break up a fight. They're doing their work. I come back in, security come get them. And I'm like, stop acting like a fool in public. Stop it. Go back in. Now, if it's, and I'm not saying that I didn't have little issues here and there. I have. I just never had a fight in my room because I let them know I was the head butt kicker.
Right?
Me.
No, it's like it's like he's like, I'm on it, man.
And while I'm teaching, if they misbehaved, and I taught high school, I couldn't do elementary. Oh God, no, I couldn't do elementary or junior high. Can't do it. Mm-mm. No.
All right. Like, not in fact, it's fine. It's just money.
But
I think he and his dad's house is quite for him, and then money refused. She sugarcoats everything for him, so like I'll just get done lecturing him, and I turn around and she's in there babying him.
oh no, goodness. Mm. Mm-hmm.
I tap his butt. He's like, that didn't hurt. I'm like, well, it's not supposed to. Just do what I asked you. Stop me. You know, like when it gets to that heated moment, like every parent has with their child where they have to tap their butt, like there's, you know, he's a pretty good kid. He's a pretty good kid. Like,
Hold on for a second. Hey, Shauna, I'm getting ready to tell you a story. When my children were young, I went to a doctor's office.
What story?
Oh, the one about the doctor's office. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Everyone's gonna hear this. Well, they waited until I go into the doctor's office because they knew that I wasn't gonna do anything. I went to go see the doctor. I had them, they were about 7, 8. They were jumping all over the furniture, spilled some juice on the floor. Oh my God. Mayhem. And I was like, you, Shauna. My daughter said, you're gonna beat my butt. The next time I went there back to that doctor's office, they had doctor's office, no children allowed. Dr. Clory, I'm sorry. They're better.
Well, I am.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell the one
Later. But
about Dad?
check out my funny videos. Oh my goodness, I got some hysterical ones. If you ever check those out, you're gonna get a little insight into me. Like, okay.
What about Dad's food?
Stop it. I'm sorry. We deviated. Wow. We go from Marilyn Manson to talk about education. Lord have mercy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and yeah, it did deviate a lot.
Yeah, but people learn something. Oh man. My phone. Say that again. I'm sorry. Lexi?
Yeah.
Okay, say that again. I'm sorry.
promise you I'm going to talk to school about all that stuff because I need to know what the kid's going to learn when he's hitting 5th grade, 4th grade, you know, all of that stuff. I want to know now so I can prepare myself. I'm going to have to fight Kyle in court.
Well, if you want a little help, you know how to contact me. I'll help you. If you need some help, because you can go on a school website and then it would tell you what they're going to learn. If teachers, because when I was teaching, I had my school classroom goals for the classroom and for the students. And like the rubrics, look for the rubrics because now they have rubrics. And then if they don't, and if they do the project thing, they have to be very well organized to pull something like that off. I haven't seen many teachers to be able to do that properly. I'm like, oh my God. Who let you out of the university? It's like,
Yeah, I will let you know. Thank you. Appreciate that.
I can't believe I let my profession out. I try to keep that under wraps. Because there are times to where I'm just like, she's an idiot. Like,
Pretty interesting.
but I like doing YouTube.
Hey,
I'm sorry, I'm eating my peanut butter and jelly.
you have that for Gloria.
Yeah, I thought about doing a channel to help teachers, new teachers, because by me being a sub, I would work every now and again, and new teachers would come up to me, and I would assist them. Help them with their classroom management, help them, with their curriculum instruction, help them how to deal with modifying the lessons for students that were special education, and to do all that. And I'm just like, okay, let's do this, but mostly feel comfortable in your skin and walk around in that school during school hours. Walk around. You'll learn a lot because you're allowed to. Right there is a public school. If they say that you can't, ask why. Take a trip on down to the central office and say, why can't I go into the school? They're telling me I can't. You receive tax dollars, so why can't I?
Yeah, I don't think public grade schools around here like that. I was in a pretty good school. I do get the letters from his teacher, like every week and stuff like that. I just want to know if they're going to be teaching him that stuff from an early age.
Keep
Time to do that. I don't have to worry about it right now.
keep an eye on that, because that is going there's it's going around, but now people are starting to push back on it because you had to be politically correct.
Just like just when you're gonna teach my kid this.
Yeah, because look at the curriculum and look at what they teach, when they teach it, and how they teach it, and don't be afraid to ask teachers it. Everything. Just go in there and say, well, what's going on? Just get in there and,
Oh yeah.
like I said, don't be afraid to offend.
That's the pencil.
Oh man, but I'm telling you, oh man, I look at Evan Rachel Wood and her being homeschooled. I'm like, oh my God, they just put books down and let her just read anything. I'm like, oh man, oh my goodness gracious.
You know, age limit some things for a certain reason. You know, you let your kid read a certain thing, they're gonna develop that kind of personality.
In the 7th grade, she was,
This personality.
oh man, she's obsessed, anger. I mean, I looked up some of the attributes of someone that is has an addictive personality, and she's ringing it. She's saying that Marilyn Manson is obsessed, has an addictive personality because he did drugs. Okay, that's one, but you check about the other 50 boxes. You check 50 of them. You don't need to do drugs to have an addictive personality. Looking at Amber Heard, I mean,
So you can make you a bad person.
it just means you got an issue, but even doing drugs doesn't mean that you have an addictive personality. It doesn't mean that. It's just one of the qualifications that put that label on you. It doesn't mean that it is you. But when you look at Evan Rachel Wood and her behavior, it checks about, oh, you're addictive. And you look at Amber Heard. Oh my goodness, she fought with Johnny Depp because he went to go see his daughter, and she's having a freaking meltdown because she needs to be next to him. Like, goodness gracious.
Side thoughts of like when I watched this video and like I took notes while I was listening to the audio before. Because Incredibly Average actually released it, and then I think it was taken down before the court date, and then it was released again afterwards. Like I think they were. I don't know if it was taken down for sure, but it wasn't something I seen during the court date. So, like I took notes, and like I'm noticing, you know, like he's all calm and she's the one screaming. A lot of people noticed, but it's. I don't know. I don't like her.
She's an easy person not to like. She's a very easy person not to like.
And then to want their kid to. That's true, but someone said it, and like supposedly the mother of that child like reported Amber with the kid and was like, she paid me to take pictures with my kid. It's just that's like a speculation, I guess, from another page.
It's not speculation because there was a photographer that went to her home before she sold it in the desert, and a photographer came in. She was drunk. Her sister was crying in a corner because Amber beat her up, and then the other woman with the black hair, I can't remember her name, that was in court with her. Yeah, Raquel. Um, the photographer came and she pulled out a lifelike baby doll. Yes, I have it somewhere in my archives. I'm like, oh goodness, this woman. So 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 if you take notice of Amber with all the sightings of her child, you would always notice that you never see the child's front. You always see them in the back.
Picture maybe where the baby's on her chest.
Mhm.
If you look at that picture, I'm gonna look for the detail on the baby and see if it's a big baby.
Mhm.
Would she like announce that she was a mom?
I'm sorry?
Picture that she posted when she announced that she was a mom.
Yeah, her and Una.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Una. I'm like, man, she is so obsessed with Johnny. Oh my goodness. But everything what she did. I mean, addictive person. And that's just simply what I think. I'm not a doctor. I don't even play a doctor on the soap operas. Oh my god, I'm so silly.
Right, like I have no degree.
No degree.
Um,
No degree.
I just videos, take a lot of notes. Spent like 13 years that I've been doing my own research on body language and stuff like that. I watch a lot of JCS inspired
I could
psychology.
I could imagine what you come up with me.
She was like the first person actually talking good about Manson. Like everybody was else is just like shaming him, like, look at him, of course he did it. And then here's Kurt's like, yeah, this is a little fishy. If you look at it at this perspective, you know, that's all a lie. And I'm like, oh my god. Somebody's actually speaking positive about Manson besides me.
But
within like first couple of days of it happening, like everybody was like, shame on Manson, you know. And then you got like there was Kurt, and then actually there's another girl that actually her terrorist or something. I think I just slaughtered the name. I think it's terrorists or CARYS. I don't know.
go ahead.
Something like that. But she also was like very strong on her beliefs that Manson was innocent and made a lot of good points in the beginning too. So like, I don't even know where.
Colonel Kurtz, thank you for the shout out. I appreciate that. Thank you for the shout out.
Yeah, she did great work. Like, also, I didn't mean to shout her out publicly. Like, also, like, she deserves credit because she is like one of the OGs. And then, Southern Law, I followed his page because I was like super into guns a long time ago because, you know, when Trump took office, there was like this martial law thing going on, and everybody was scared of martial law around here.
We've been in martial law.
But
Hold on. We've been in martial law for what, 21 years? Go back to 9/11.
attention to the red and blue marks on your streets. And I read something about that, and they mean something.
Mm-hmm. But
And I forget what it is, but it scared the bejeebus out of me. And I was like, oh my god. And I think my street is blue.
oh, okay.
I don't know. But
Republican, Democrat. I don't know. Don't say it. Don't say whatever you're putting.
territories or something.
Whatever your political affiliation is, don't say it. It is you know, just like we are divided, as I said earlier in the video.
Good.
Mhm.
I'd rather have him than someone who's selling us out to Russia behind our backs.
I mean, yeah. I've been covering that on my other channel because I'm very, very political. Very. I don't know if you haven't checked out my other channel. Yeah.
My phone a lot.
I drop a lot of nuggets. I can't come out and just say it. But ooh, that laptop. Oh my goodness, the embarrassing stuff on and like what really got me was that the guy when what's his name? Hunter Biden goes into the guy's office shop to fix his four computers, four laptops. He was so high in the cloud off of the the street crack in the cement, if you get my drift. And he comes back and only gets one and leaves the other three. I mean, the guys, he put everything on separate things. He's like, oh my God, this is the stuff that he's seeing. Now, I know the players in it, like the United States was in it up to its eyeballs while there was fighting, because the United States went over there to overthrow the Russia. Now, I firmly believe that they're trying to overthrow Putin and to put the puppet in there and then have complete control of all of Europe. NATO will have control over all of Europe. And I can't really go too far into it because I just got monetized on this channel and I'm trying to grow it. I could save that for Discord. I understand it. I understand that. I understand it.
Really? I'm just kidding. That was sarcasm. Speak pretty free sometimes, and then like now lately we're having some conversations. Someone like I'm kind of trying to watch myself, but like I'm not letting go of what I believe in. Like, but I'm trying to project that energy to where I'm not like I'm not stooping to a lower level to get information out, kind of thing. Like I'm not trying to name call, even though Octo Evan is like a brilliant name. Good Squad was great too. I'm trying to let go of those. And yes, sorry, yes. But yeah, no, I'm trying to be a nicer person and filter myself a little bit. Because it's not funny, and honestly, like, it's kind of sick. And, like, in a way, I'm like, oh my God, like, what if I am wrong? But, like, at the same time, I'm going to stand on Nancy's side because none of it adds up. None of it adds up. She didn't give me any proof. She said all the proof is in Phoenix Rising, and, like, people who have watched Phoenix Rising, because I refuse. I won't watch it. Like, there's no way. You couldn't pay me $20 million to watch Phoenix Rising. Like, I just won't do it.
So she thought that she was going to get $1 billion off of it.
There's all the things in the world that you must get me to watch. Like, TV will be broken before it starts. Let's just go back. Yeah.
Hey, you know, she ought to be glad that Cher didn't take her man.
Could have had his heart.
Oh yeah, because Marilyn. Who was Marilyn?
Right.
Who did Marilyn Manson? If he weren't with Evan Rachel, who was? Can't we? It wasn't Halle Berry. It was, who was it? Really? Kelly Osbourne?
Like way back in the day, I can see this. I don't think it was the wrong thing, but I.
What is Marilyn's? I can't say obsession, but he likes women that are almost 30 years younger than him, a whole generation, like 20 to 25 years younger than him. Now, Johnny Depp, he does the same. I'm like, what do you, they're children, what do you expect? And just like, sir, guys.
Hey, the guy. for a very long time. I won't mention his name because he's like super irrelevant. But we were talking recently, and then like he yelled at me. He actually told me to shut up, and then I didn't know anything about the Marilyn Manson case. And I'm like, what? Like I literally like hit my tongue, and I was like, you know, like after a long like silent like biting my lip and like not chewing them out, I just kind of like put my arm on his shoulder. I was like, people always had awful things to say about Marilyn Manson. I'm not saying he didn't hold down freaking sorry, the speaker on the Jordy or smack Jordy with a guitar or like anything like that, pull a drum set down on this drummer. Like, I'm not saying he didn't do any of that. I'm saying he did not prejudice these women.
Mhm.
He did not. Like, and it's going off of pure like feeling. Like I just like I said, I like had like a spiritual moment. I like saying, did he do it? Like, did he do it? Should I like not? And then I like do research. Just go back. Go back to like when they dated. Go back, after. Research every religion was. Research this girl. Like I didn't like research fully into Smithline or like I actually.
Say that again. You went off. Say that again.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, say that.
But,
You said research. Go back to research. Go back to research because that's where the phone went down some. Mhm.
A couple months ago, like I finally like sat down with a pen and piece of paper, actually a pen and notepad, and I like word for word wrote the transcript of this interview. And I studied it though. Like I paid attention to Ashley. Like at the end of it, she looked hurt. Like there were several times like she looked shocked at what she was reading. So I believe she was on ketamine, which is something that doctors in Hollywood, for whatever reason, are prescribing people. Supposedly, because Kanye made a comment, but he got shut down quick.
Yeah,
And I'm sorry, I do support Kanye. I do.
you can't talk about pharma. You can't talk about pharma. No. But I'm just saying is that if you no, but I'm I'm just saying is that if you say anything about pharma, big pharma, then all of a sudden it's a problem. It's like, oh. But go ahead. But you got ketamine. Yeah, you're on this. Yeah.
Smithline flipped, and I think that Dita and Rose McGowan flipped too, because Rose McGowan turned out that she never said it. She just hardcore supported Manson. But then you mentioned Dita, and I'm like, whoa. What? Like, Dita was the one supporting Manson. Like, no, we never did anything, but you're right. Like, you brought so much back that, like, the thing with, I think Evan was there for, like, a project or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
But, like,
Very manipulative.
yeah.
Very manipulative. Oh, she is going to be dismantled inch by inch. She's going to be dismantled inch by inch because everything what she said, she has to prove. And this is what people sort of forget because we have this believe all women. Oh no. Oh no. I mean, it's like again, as I said earlier, guys guys look at women as we're these innocent creatures that just do no wrong. As we walk, a cloud is underneath our feet, carrying us where we go, and not seeing the ratchetness that is within us.
Yeah.
We'll lie, we'll cheat, we'll steal, and Evan Rachel Wood had no problem taking this married woman's man. I mean, mm, believe all.
Some words that I wanted to, and I was women play this, oh, you're so sweet. I'm into you, you know. And we do use our, like,
Oh no! Please say you're there. I gotta
can
get.
you hear me?
Okay, yeah. I gotta invest in a better phone.
My phone.
I got the cheapest thing on a lot. I got the cheapest thing on a lot. I'm trying to make a little bit of money so I can reinvest in my YouTube so I can get quality stuff.
Your subscription, because I can send you money. Like, I'm more than happy to help you. Like,
Oh my
whatever
goodness.
you gotta do to make your channel better. Like,
Yes. Well,
like
I got a Cash App, Big Girl Diary,
that.
capital B, capital G, capital D. Cash. Yes. Oh, I love what I do. I love this.
Here, I think there's a way because I'm. No, I don't want to. There was a thing the other day I was looking at membership. Oh, there was something that I donate to you.
Oh, man. Thank you.
I don't want to connect my credit card, so if you do have Cash App, that would be better.
It's right there. Yeah, they take a whole lot out on those super chats. It's like they take like 45, no, 50%, 55%, and I get the 45%. Oh, they just
$4.99, and you're getting like $2 off it.
yeah, yeah. They and I understand why. Because they take all the liability, they make all this stuff run, the updates and all that stuff. I get it. But I'm like, the super chat, that should go to me. Oh, now I'm working hard. I got my high heel shoes on.
Produce
Well, no.
content for them.
Well, no. Well, they provide it, and I'm using it, and I knew what I was signing because I want to do it, and because I just feel that I have a niche that is not really being represented well. Big girls and oh, us big girls are delusional. Delusional. In court cases, I mean, I've learned so much. I bug my sister. I'm like, hey, because she's an attorney. I'm like, hey, yo, what is this? And funny stories, and just dealing with celebrity mess. I'm like, oh, these people, they just keep content coming. And I just happen to like what I do. And the interesting part is a couple of my former students like, you're on YouTube?
No, you should definitely like promote yourself to people so that they know about you.
More, yeah, I need to do it more.
Then they subscribe. Kind of sharing you around a little bit, like to the people I talk to.
Oh, thank
You know
you.
my stories and hoping people will subscribe to you.
Oh, I'm trying, but I think I need to do it more. I think I'm not doing a good job really promoting myself. Oh, I gotta say this. My uncle just made history. Yes.
You do.
I'm from Pennsylvania. He is the first African American um, president of City Council of Northampton County. Northampton County is a huge county, and he's the president. I'm like, all right. So,
West Virginia?
no, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Sorry.
So, no problem. So, I was like, hey, I got to get an interview out of you.
Hey,
He's like, of course. So I'm going to get an interview, but I'm going to give him some time to get into it. But this is the second time, because he was the first African American vice president of the city council in Northampton County. Now he's the president, and I'm like, yes, yes.
nice.
So I'm like, yeah, my uncle made history twice. So
That is amazing.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, and I gotta stop and really do a little bit more on my family, because they have done a lot of progressive work. And when I say progressive, I don't mean all that other stuff. I mean, actually, can't say all that other stuff, but stuff that is progressing truly to bring people together and not promote victimhood. Yeah, yeah. It's like you can do anything in this country. Yes, you're going to have roadblocks. Who doesn't?
Right.
And if you allow some dirtbag that looks at you and doesn't like you, give them whichever finger you want and keep it pushing. And and yeah, there are issues. Yeah, there is the racism. There is that. You can go anywhere and face that. You don't have to be here in the United States. There is. You're going to have people like that, but it doesn't mean that it's going to stop you. You continue going. You don't stop, and that's what he did. Like, yes, just so happy.
It's exciting.
I'm like, yeah, so happy for my uncle. Yeah, and just think, Andrew Tate, he's helping Romania with his prized possessions. Help investigate him. Oh my good, that sounds like something in a movie. That sounds like something in a James Bond movie. They come and they take all your stuff, sell it, to have the government come back and investigate your deeds.
You should be able to sue them if they find the thing.
I know he could own Romania.
Of it. Like, I think I've ever heard of anything like that. Like, taking someone's possessions to do an investigation on them. It's just done. Not.
They say that Romania tried to get NATO status. NATO's like, oh no, you got too much corruption going on there. No. And just look at what they did. They went in on an allegation, and he had the girl there. He invites girls, and he needs to stop doing it. Look, Andrew, if you don't want drama in your life, stop having all those women over your house. Stop flying women in.
Yeah.
He flew a woman in from the United States that probably had to know Amber Heard and Evan Rachel Wood. She had to have been hanging out with them. In my opinion, allegedly. I'm just throwing that out there just for. And she comes over his house, and he has everything videotaped, and she's there twerking and everything else, and her boyfriend calls her up. What are you doing? Uh, uh, oh, I'm kidnapped. This happened to me, and they're forcing me here. And then he calls a US embassy, and next thing you know, this happens. Now, I didn't know if Greta Thunberg, because it sounded more like that until this information came out. Thunberg. Okay, I'm not going to get into that. Next thing you know, that now this happened in April. Now they're doing it again in December. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Andrew can,
believe it.
they're very connected. No, it's it's
It feels like Amber was just the test dummy to see how it goes.
yeah.
Do and what not to do. Like, definitely what not to do. But, like, I don't know. I keep a lot of things to myself these days because there's a lot of, people who are out there for themselves rather than putting the truth out there. They want more attention than, putting the truth out. But, like, it's just,
Yeah, it's really something. It really is.
He talked about, especially by women. Like, women who are honest and see it and like they're like, well, hold on, now that woman right there, I can tell you, she's trying to pull something fast over your eyes. Like, we all need to talk about it. So
Yeah. But Andrew Tate, he went, okay. Andrew Tate is going against the people that fed him. He's going because he is an elite. He went from being a boxer, a kickboxer, and he made his way up there to where he was accepted up into that echelon up there. And then he saw what it was, and it's like, okay, let me start telling the truth. So what he's saying, I know what he's saying. I know exactly what he's saying is true. But when you're at that level and then you start telling what they're doing, and when you're telling women, hey, women, stop doing what you're doing. You need a low body count. Yeah, when men cheat and women cheat are two different things. Feminism was like we're gonna go 50. And
what really caught me off guard was like girls wanting to be topless in public and like not expect men to be attracted to them. Like, men are
delusion.
naturally attracted to women.
Delusion.
Treated wrong by a woman.
Delusion.
That's all.
It's all delusional. It's all delusional. And like people are feeding into this. Women they don't understand how they're wrecking their homes. They don't get it. And the first thing what you do is I did oh my goodness. I did a video on my other channel. And women that have hit the proverbial wall are going to college campuses asking men for their man juice so that they can have a baby to circumvent getting married and having a man. I'm going to raise the child on my own. Now, I'm like, okay, men, I'm going to tell you something. Yeah.
Because of what I've been through, like I have said, like rather just find a sperm donor. And I have a friend that's actually willing to let me conceive a child, with no strings attached when I'm ready. But it's not like a feminist thing. It's not like a thing against men. It's more so like it's hard to find a man who's not gonna run with or without the child.
Okay. Let me
That kind of thing. Like, I don't know.
Okay, let me fill that in for you.
In my mind, like I'm scarred for life. Like I feel like I can't trust another guy enough to have a baby in a committed relationship with him. But I would go to someone else and have a kid, just no strings attached. Like, you can be uncle to the kid, but like, we're not together. You're not dad, unless you want to be dad. But
no, not want to be because like my ex-husband, when I got pregnant, I said, look, we're gonna get married. I can't do this. Now, where feminism comes in, feminism, man, you can research this stuff. My God.
Yeah.
Gloria Steinem, you crustacean of a creature. You worked for the CIA. She admitted it back in the 80s. And her job was basically to bust up families. I'm Generation X. My mom's a baby boomer. So the baby boomers fed into that. They fed into that. Well, look at the commercials. I mean, it was a whole indoctrination that plagued this whole country. Not only the country, but it's all in Europe going on over there too. To where you didn't need a man because you could do it on your own. Men were just sperm donors. And then when you have all these organizations helping women and leaving the man out there dangling in the wind that have no help, no place to go, no guidance at all. Yeah, the only thing what he has is sports and beer. Sports and a bar. That's it. Or maybe the strip club too. Those three places. Women, we have this organization, that organization, this we have everything. Now, it's for a reason. Once you're able to separate the woman from the man to where she doesn't need him, and it gets even deeper for the Black community. Back in the 60s, they brought in public assistance. They brought in a welfare check. Well, the Black women took the check and said, forget about you, man. I don't need you. I mean, it's a mess. Now look at the Black community.
Yeah, that's wanted to dig to
You-
like on my own because like honestly, like I said, like in schools we should do a better job at teaching it because there's a lot of white people making jokes about it. Like that shouldn't be okay.
What not be okay?
With that,
What not be okay? Making jokes?
right? Like people making racial jokes. Like
It is what it is. It is what it is. You know, people make
Right.
jokes.
yeah, like I like my friends are all of like mixed cultures.
Mhm.
But like here it's different. Like there's like I don't know, we have one one African girl who works with us and her dad's pretty cool. He's like in the army and like travels all the time and like we have one girl who like makes jokes all the time and like you can tell that it upsets Bree
Mhm.
at a certain point. Like you can tell and like I feel like if they taught it better, like we wouldn't, like if we understood what it was like to be owned as a human, like controlled, not paid, and like I don't think we would make those jokes. Like I think it needs to be it needs to be taught more seriously than what it is.
Okay, and let me help you out here.
Yeah.
Look at your job now. You are not paid what you're worth.
Oh, good.
Okay. So you know that feeling. Now just imagine, because you're not getting paid what you're worth. Now just imagine it's not about that. It's not about that. But forget about the feelings. We are only talking about pure economics. Okay, so if you know what it feels like working and not getting paid what you're worth, now take that and just rip all that away. That's how it would feel. Getting paid nothing but doing this. Yeah.
People would like those racist people would understand it better to where they'd be like, oh, this is a human being and they were taught shitty, and like now we should make it better for them. Like that's like what I feel is, my generation, I feel like there should be no color. Like, I don't see in color. Like, everybody's the same.
Okay, please don't do that.
They have lives. Like,
Don't do that.
then there's
Lexi, don't do that.
exactly. There's like this dark, like this.
You see color.
Like, you're not really taught. Like,
Right.
African Americans aren't treated the same as Caucasian Americans.
That's true.
And that makes me feel like shit. Like, that makes me feel like I don't go anywhere.
Well,
I don't want to interact with society at all outside of my house.
You gotta interact with society.
I have friends.
Just understand this.
Kids, like, we go to the park, I interact with moms.
Lexi, I just
like a very specific type of people that I stick to. I'm more prone to talk to like an African American rather than like go hang out with the white group. Like, and I'm not even kidding. Like, honestly, like, I'll take the Mexican side before I take the white person side in a fight. Like,
Okay.
in school, it was like, oh, you're gonna pick on him because he's different color. Well, fuck you. It's just like, you look funny. Like, you look like that dude over there. Like, what are you making fun of?
You sound like my sister Brenda. Now, my sister. I have the Rainbow Coalition. Brenda is about 5 feet tall, half Italian, half German, and she's always ready to fight. Remember, like when I went back home, right? And this guy
just come into our store, like, they don't speak good English, and I'm like, you want this one, and I'll go over to the board and I'll point. Like, I'm real friendly compared to some people that I work with. I'm not gonna throw any names out there because I talk about your channel at work.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
Like, I'm always like, you're gonna act like we have one specific guy, actually. He is African American, and he like called us racist because like he comes through, and I'm not gonna lie, he cocks an attitude like every time. Like, I had to like record this guy's conversation with me because I didn't want to get in trouble, and I wanted to assure my boss that I did not get crappy with him at all. Like, it was over some dumb crap. Like, I mean, like, I have no problem giving him like extra sauce and like getting him a glass of ice. Like, I have no problem. Like, I usually have it ready for him, but like this one's like, he accused us of being racist, and like my boss was like, "Bree, come here."
Okay.
I like put my arm around Bree, and I'm like, "This is my favorite person to work with, just so you know." Like,
just let him know.
Like, but last time he came through, he was like super polite. Like, and it's like not a race thing. Like, it doesn't have to be a race thing. Like,
it just
ridiculous in this. It's ridiculous everywhere.
As long as you stay confused, let's understand this. Racism is an action.
Yeah.
Okay. Most people get that confused. And I had and it's not what you say, because this kid called me a reverse racist, and I was like, I'm a reverse. Okay, racism is an action. What did I do for you to call me a reverse racist? This was out in the street. It's like, what?
We're racist, but like, we're really not. It's more so because he's an ass every time he comes through. And we have white people that like, ugh. Like, they come in and some of us are like, "Nope, you got it." I'm like, "Oh, peace, thanks." I'm like the most calm, collective, like, I'm polite. Like, I don't, like, yeah, they have an attitude, but who knows what's going on in their life? Maybe they're having a bad day. Like, the crappiest of customers, like, back in the day, like, this woman and her son, they were older. Like, she had to be like in her 70s, and he had to be like in his 40s or something. And they would fight like all the time. But every time they came in, they'd be like, "I want her to take my order, so I'm not dealing with you guys. You know, and like they would stand there and fight like the whole time, and I'm just like all smile and like, and you know, it's how you project yourself. Like, but there's no reason to judge someone. Like, and people here are very quick to judge people.
Yep, that's the American way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very American, especially when you talk to someone that's not from here and they point out things that are American. You're like, yeah, I kind of do that sometimes. It's like, oops, shit, I'm gonna change that because nope.
Yeah, I got to talk about that on my other channel.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk on that channel because it's good.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that on my other channel because there is so much that needs to be really addressed. And I know when I do this, at some point, I'm going to get a whole lot of sugar, honey, iced tea from the Black community. I know I am. And they're going to say, oh, you're a coon. Because I have called people coons, but for specific reasons, very specific reasons. but, but to look at a situation and say that no matter what, you can overcome this, you can.
Right.
And and I've been called a racist, a reverse racist now. And just this young this young white guy, I was out there talking to somebody, and he just sort of moseyed his way into the conversation, and he said, "You're a reverse racist." I said, "How am I reverse racist? What have I done to be a racist, a reverse racist?" He said, "Well, you said." I said, "Well, what you're saying sounds like prejudice and me being a bigot." Okay, possibly. All right. Okay, that's a possibility. But no, no, I didn't do anything. It's what I said. If you don't like it, then you might want to, muscle up a little bit. Stop being so delicate. Said stop being so delicate.
But anyways, I'm basically called a traitor. Like I was told I can't be on one person's side and this side at the same time, and I'm like,
Were
hold on,
were you called the N-word lover yet?
what's that?
Were you called the N-word lover yet? Brace for it. You'll get it. Hold on, just brace for it. You'll get it.
I had someone call me a white girl, and I'm like, tell me what? Never mind. What
Hey,
people don't do, and I'm like, well, where I come from, most of the people are black, so. I mean, you were raised in a white family. Rather, my stepdad was African American, basically. Like, I call this guy my stepdad, and he is like
that is crazy.
chocolate colored.
That is crazy. Look,
This ashamed.
Paul, look, don't.
Be that white voice. They're like, why you got to be like that? Why you got to make that comment? Why does it gotta be like that? Why do you gotta say that? Like, just stop.
There's this guy on YouTube.
Like, just no.
Go on YouTube and look up this guy, Dixon White. I love this guy. He's talking about the same things that you're talking about, but he's older. Dixon White. Dixon, Dixon White. Oh man. He takes it to him. And he got a whole lot of flack from white people. And then a whole lot of black people said, hey, we love you. You just tell the truth. That is it. Just tell the truth.
Yeah, because a lot of people need to hear it.
Yeah, yeah. And don't be afraid to speak the truth.
Understand, like why African Americans might be racist towards white. Like, I don't ever blame an African for being racist against a white person. I never, I'm like, you have every right.
Well, no, okay. Number one, it's not racist, please. It's not racist.
It's not racist.
It's being It's being
family might have went through that, so and like something that they had to grow up listening to, and like it's part of their family, and like
well, it's way deeper than that.
like like it's sad. Like I don't blame them like at all. Like, and I kind of like I mean I understand completely. Like I understand. So
Well,
I'm never mad when someone has harsh feelings against a certain.
well, it isn't what happened in the past.
When it comes from a voice, I'm like, shut up.
Okay,
Yeah.
Lexi, it isn't what happened in the past. It's still it is still what is occurring today because of policy.
I like taught the same way in our schools, and like it's
It's
still there. Like
it's public policy. That is what it is. It's public policy. And they keep on making policies because you have a group of people up here on top. If they keep us fighting against black and white, and now they're going to throw Spanish, and now you're going to throw Asian, and pretty soon it's going to be some kind of alien from planet Krypton or whatever ton, okay? As long as we're down here fighting against each other over crumbs, keep in mind, this is all economics. It,
or like like it doesn't matter. Like if we didn't look at the little things like in life, and like I mean the small details in like specific like court cases that matters. Okay, but like we're looking at like small things like the way people talk, the way they walk, like how they dress, like the color of their hair is, the color of their skin is. Like I was raised like you can be green, black, purple, orange, yellow,
yeah.
turquoise. You're all the same. Like you bleed the same. Your blood's the same. Like it's all the same. Like, but so it's weird being somewhere, and like the fact that it's still there.
It just means that we have more work to do to change policy and understand where it comes from. As long as we understand where it comes from, and to be able to build, and that, right? I mean, it goes much deeper, but that's not for this channel. But the thing is this, is that if we know that we have a puppet master that's doing all this stuff, and as long as we understand that and see the big picture, we can make it through this. Mhm. We can.
I'm happy I found your page, and I'm more than happy to share.
Please do so. I'm trying to get more subscribers. People are leaving me. I'm like, oh, don't leave me. Don't make me act like Amber Heard.
Her became the vice president of Hampton, or
My uncle.
okay, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like that's one. So just thank you.
I am so proud.
To share it and like get the news out there, and like
Yeah, I put it on Politics with Laura. No, wait a minute. Yeah, Politics with Laura on Twitter. I put it up there, and I'm just so proud of my uncle. I'm like, oh my goodness, my uncle made history. It is. It is. And it almost makes me want to go back home and run for city council. But then again, I'd have to give up my YouTube. I won't be able to do YouTube.
hey, I'd go there just to vote for you.
Oh,
I think you'd be good. I think your opinions on like public and stuff like that, I think it's good.
oh,
From
thank
what I've
you.
seen, I haven't had a huge chance to check out your politics channel, but
Oh,
I do, and I've been picking up little bits and pieces, and I'm like, oh, she's good at this.
I'm neither Democrat nor Republican. I go after them just as hard as I go after the other. I am an independent. So when I see someone like Candace Owens, I can't stand her. Oh man. But she's useful. I can't stand her because she's not honest. She's not honest at all. And she is being used. She is a political missile. And she is shooting at other people to take them down for money. For money. Just listen to her. Now, I gotta say that, okay, as far as Kim Kardashian, great job. Excellent. But when you go after Kim Klacik, a woman running for to being a House of Representative, and then you destroy her political career by some rumors and innuendos, and you get out of it because you say, well, someone gave me this information, I didn't check it out all the way. Well, she never said who gave her that information and what was that. And it goes back to what I was saying. She is a political missile. And Kim Klacik lost her opportunities, lost a lot of Republican what do you call it? Lord, what is it? Republican endorsements, interviews, all types of stuff. She stopped that. So my thing is, who wanted her out the way? And you did it. And then I look at Georgia's so embarrassed. Georgia, Atlanta. That's embarrassing. You have those two. Oh man. You gotta check out my channel. I don't want to get. I'm gonna get political. Let me pull myself back. Get back.
Me too.
Oh my goodness, we've been talking for 2 hours. You know that?
No, 20 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm definitely a talker, so
I did. I was only planning on being live streaming for an hour, just an hour. But I gotta say to take it back to where we were, man. Cher took her.
like curious, like what made him leave her? Like,
Okay, you
what was it?
you have to see Amber Rose. She is twerking.
Raised.
And she's twerking with a thong on. And I'm like, Amber Rose, I mean, what man is going to take you serious? You're twerking. Okay.
Man feels seeing that woman in public.
No, no, no.
The man and my girl just be like, I'm so sorry, like I can't deal with men looking at you like this.
No, they don't get it. Because I talked to I was walking to the Giant, and these girls were wearing next to nothing.
Oh,
And I said to them, I said, look, ladies, if you're going to dress like that, you better learn how to protect yourself.
real.
Because their shorts were so hot. One had shorts on and the other one had a skirt. If she were to bend down, you'd be able to see her license plate. And I put my money where my mouth is. I talk to young ladies. I don't care what color you are, I'm going to talk to you. Because I'm Gen X. My generation was the one that perpetuated this mess to where you all find yourself in this garbage.
Right. Three. Literally labeled the generation of no hope. Like, how do you take that? How do I feel about this next generation? I feel like our world is in a shithole.
It is. It is. And so, I told them, I said, look, if you're going to dress like that, protect yourself. Understand when you dress like that to get a man, when you get the man, change the way you dress.
Yeah.
Because if you continuously dress like that, he wants you to dress like that for him and him only.
Right.
But, I was like, look, if you learn how to protect yourself.
He's gonna be like, oh, my girl's open. She's cool. She doesn't mind other people looking at her body. Like, it's cool. Like, I feel like as a woman, like, it should just save it.
That isn't going to happen. Women now are throwing it out there. The-
I should my belly. I'm not going out to show my belly. I'm going out because like it's hot and like I can't breathe in the heat. Just suffocating. I'm like, I'm gonna make crop tops, so I'm gonna wear crop tops.
my son, he's your age. And my daughter, she's a year older than you. I was walking to the car with my son, and this guy that I knew for a long time came up to talk to me. My son's ready to fight. I'm like, sweetie, I'm not everyone's type, okay? You gotta be. But he's like, I don't want anyone thinking of my mom in way. And I look at Amber Rose and how she just puts up her dress and twerks. Now, children are going to get older.
Yeah.
They're going to get older and they're going to look at that. And I think of, matter of fact, Jenna Jamerson. Oh my goodness. She has twin boys. And when she was asked about when her boys get older and look at her when she was young and a job that she had, she just started crying. She just cried.
Yeah, which brings us to an important topic because that's what women are teaching their men, their boys, their sons. Sorry, excuse me, my brain just got caught in that because of the huge thing I don't think a lot of people pay attention to. But like, well, my kids grown up thinking it's okay to look at women like, oh, look at her. She has her boobs exposed. I should stare at them.
And plus not only
Like,
who's gonna want that for a daughter-in-law?
right.
I mean, because I tell my daughter,
My daughter, she's
oh man,
if you're going out with me until you're like 27 to make sure you don't get kidnapped or raped.
my son, my daughter, she's straight. She's like, but my son, he would bring anything. I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, it got to the point he had a different girlfriend every day. I'm so glad that stopped. I don't know what to do. But every day he would tell girls, "Oh, I just want to be friends with benefits." I'm like, no, women don't work like that. And there was this one girl, she called my house and asked if he was here, and then she knocked 20 seconds later. I said, you have a strange one right there. And I said, don't you ever bring that girl back to my house. Don't ever have her call because that right there is a problem right there. Why is she outside of the house calling to see if you're here and to knock on the door? Uh-uh. No. And after when she left, I said, and you get out with her. Like you get out with her. And now he understands. I'm like, you can't do that with women, or you'll wind up with an Evan Rachel Wood, or you'll wind up with an Amber Heard. That is a type of mess you don't want.
Type after like
It's like what's his name?
her name. I just want to like smash hers.
Dana White.
Bad, but I'm controlling myself. but he's an awful person.
Oh,
and
most definitely.
whatever
But she had help.
she's doing. Friends, like
Dana White.
being on this video project
Mhm.
and smear this guy's name because he supposedly did this. But let's just make it a thing where we all lie about it.
Like, look at Dana White. I don't know if you know who that is. He was the former owner, and he brought up the UFC wrestling. He sold it, made a lot of money. His wife, they were at a bar in Mexico, and he said something to whatever they were talking about. It was a conversation, and she immediately tried to hit him. He grabbed her hands, and it got loose, and she went whop whop. And reflex, he slapped her, and then she starts.
Point self-defense.
Well, no,
Point of self-defense. But
he
unfortunately, if
he
a guy hits a woman, it's automatically assault.
right, and it should have been, and like, right, women want equality. She should be arrested
Right.
because she assaulted him, but he is going on an apology tour, and she has not said a word. And this is where I have a problem with feminists. You want equality, you got equality, but then you don't make the women responsible for their behavior, because as people say, if you want equal rights, you get equal lefts. She needs to be held responsible. And I'm at the point to where I'm like, men too. Men too.
Oh yeah. And that.
Who is protecting the men?
Like, okay, it's time to speak up for men who are actually abused. Like,
Yeah.
poor Donnie Depp.
Oh
Sweetest
man.
man on the planet,
Mhm.
probably like punched in the face. You know, like there's just a certain point, he's letting her friends live rent free.
Oh,
Like there's just a certain point where it's not okay. And that was beyond not okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, and okay, some women look at men like Johnny as soft and a mark. I could do whatever I want. He'll pay for this, he'll pay for that, he'll pay for, oh, he has all these free houses, and you can live in that. You can, don't. It's outrageous. But then again,
So
they
like, well, this man's nice, so I can do whatever I want.
and there has to be accountability, and there's no accountability. Men have accountability. Men get it right away.
Yeah. Okay. Let's make it fair for women. For women, I'll take fair rights. My ex put his hands on me, and I fought back. I didn't call the cops on him because I fought back. It's like he looked worse than me. It's not funny. Like I'm not smiling. Like. God.
If he did that, he needs to go to jail. He needs to go to jail.
Life, but I didn't call the cops. I was just as strong as him. He had scratches. I had bruises.
I just hope that the two of you are acting more like adults now, right?
Thinks that men should take full responsibility for their actions. I'm a woman. I could be a man and take full responsibility, just as she should, for forging that FBI letter, false claims against Marilyn Manson. And she's probably going to.
Oh man! Oh, she's going to be responsible.
Just as bad as Amber Heard does. Right about that. As soon as this is over, there's a lot of paperwork that needs to be filled. I know a little bit, but I don't know too much. I'm not a professional. I have 0% of a degree. But I just know that it's not gonna be pretty for Evan in the end.
Oh,
But
it's
she
gonna be
pays a lot of
devastating.
money to get herself out of trouble.
She can't. She can't. Marilyn. Oh, the pedigree of Marilyn's lawyers.
You know, it's not her.
It isn't.
The reason I'm sticking up for Ashley Morgan Smithline is because her backing out, like she has told people that she was dragged. Like it was put out there publicly.
Mhm.
You know, unless those messages were fake, which I don't think.
No, I don't think
I'm
so.
pretty sure that
You
yeah,
want to know why I don't think they're
she was-
fake?
she was being difficult for a reason because she didn't want to pursue it. She didn't want to damage Manson in that way, and that's just like how I feel.
Well, she already has.
Yeah,
She already has. She already has.
lashing out at her and like, oh, she's a liar. You know, put it in the past. Focus on people who are still accusing Manson.
The only way she can vindicate him, and that is to come out and say, I lied, and this is why I lied. She's not going to do that. When she came out and made all of those allegations, she killed his reputation. She furthered, put the knife in and turned it. The only way that she can save him is by telling the truth. Uh-huh.
Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, something. Okay. I was looking at Riako's case yesterday with the notepad and pencil, of course. And the thingy was like after 25 years of management, his his contract dropped him.
Mhm.
Okay, so if all of this was going on, like everything that Bianco claims in her complaint, which is out there, at Justice for Brian Warner, for those who can't pay to get it or can't find it, whatever. If you want to read it, like it says after 25, and like she says that all of them that were there, but if they knew about it then, why didn't they drop him then? That's my thing. Like, if they knew about it then, but they dropped it now, like they would have dropped him back then.
No.
If that makes any sense at all, like, is how what I'm thinking, like, is it makes no sense.
Okay. Two reasons. One, and this is purely what I think, but when you listen to me, you're like, okay, that makes sense. One, everyone has a right to pursue their case. If it's really outrageous, they'll drop it. But if there's something in there that could be tried, they'll let it go through. Two, money. Money.
Back to the visa thing, or the visa. Yeah, was it a visa? It was a visa. She was talking about the visa a lot. Like she kept mentioning it, but then she's like talking about all this abuse, but she stayed.
Mhm.
But she stayed. But don't like the third. Hold on. I have it all. I have it. Hold on. Let me get this so I'm not saying anything off. We're just when. She said when she first came to the United States that he would lock her out of the apartment and keep her up for days. I'm sorry, it's hard not to laugh at because once you actually like read it on paper, I mean, just like it's not funny, but like the way it's worded and like it just everything that's going on, like the whiplash is gonna be funny for those seen through it the whole time. Sorry, I'm still filtering myself. Lots of deep breaths and breathing going on here. Sorry.
No problem.
I can't find it. It's like you, Mr. Worst person, that's me. Oh, she said actually after his divorce in 2007, he made his first sexual overtures towards her, each time playing off the request as a joke. And he made references to a potential film project in 2007, which I'm pretty sure he did make an album around that time, which was Orbilia, which was mentioned later, which contradicts herself again. There's a lot of contradictions that I noticed. We'll have to stop. I plan on calling you tomorrow to like talk to you. I'm like gonna get all my thoughts together before I called you, so we could have like a great chat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Like, but yeah, there's a lot of good things that I'm like noticing, and I'm like, I haven't shared my thoughts yet anywhere else. So, I mean, a little bit here and there with like trusted people,
Mm-hmm.
but like, not
Oh, no. Come on.
good stuff.
Okay.
Like, it's been upset this whole time.
Oh, my goodness. What a blessing. Because 4% all this time, and we've been on the phone for how long?
It's,
I've been live streaming for 3 hours and 20 minutes, 3 hours and 21 minutes.
yeah, but gosh,
Talked about a whole lot.
we can like, and
But I want you to um you can call me or text me on this phone, okay?
say that.
Yeah, save that. Call me or text me. Do that. Because this case is going to, oh my goodness, you think Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's case. Oh, it's Marilyn Manson is going to be.
You know, you mentioned it before. I just thought that it was very, very interesting that as soon as Amber's case was over, and I'm going to call it Amber's case because everybody's calling it JD case. No, no, no. This is Amber's attack on Johnny Depp.
Mhm.
Okay? And Johnny Depp's not going after her. He might be going after her now, but he deserves to go after her. But anyways, back to the point, you know, Amber attacked him. So after the case, Evan was quick to be like, I don't want to be compared to Amber. But there was all like the Me Too mentioned in Amber's case already, and that was being tried. People were trying to hush that down, and you know, it's weird. We'll have to talk more. There's a lot that I don't want to say, like in public view.
Also put it on Discord.
Yeah, I'll post it there. I'll definitely.
Yeah, and work out a timeline. Because oh my goodness, because I'm going through all these declarations painfully one by one. I'm doing it for a reason. When the trial comes, and it's going to come, you would already know what they said.
Yeah, it's public just for like
I hope so.
personal educational, like I don't know, like if I could do anything, like I would be a criminal investigator. Like I would audit, like criminal psychology would be my thing, like for sure. In high school, I was in this class called CBI, which is a credit-based intervention, where I could take my classes and get college credits while in. So I was like doing a little bit of that, but I unfortunately left school because after my dad passed away, it was a rough time, and my teacher rubbed me the wrong way. We're not going to get into that right this second, but I will definitely happily tell you my story, like off the record.
Okay.
I mean, it's just like
you want jerks for teachers. You want jerks for teachers. You do, because you'll learn more.
You know, I feel like she just didn't give me a better chance to explain my situation, you know, instead of lashing out and tearing up my paper, and then I freak out and walk out.
Oh,
Come
wow.
on, fine, had it. Nope.
Wow.
But I never gave up that little, you know, aspiration of mine.
I hope you went to the provost.
Marilyn Manson, I was digging into Jodi Arias, actually.
Who?
Cases. Jodi Arias?
Turn-
She's like, she brutally murdered her boyfriend, her ex. And she's like a Casey Anthony, but like times it, like, I don't know. It's like insane. Like, she's actually very interesting, and the whole trial is online. You should look into it and let me know your thoughts, because I have a whole folder of notes on this call,
Mm.
and they were talking about letting her out. I'm like, you need to put her in a mental ward and re-educate her before you put her back into society.
They're not going to do that.
No, they don't do that here.
No, they're not going to do that because they need people acting a fool to keep the okay.
Yeah.
They need to people act a fool to keep the economy going.
It's the perfect place, but it's really tough.
It's
Like any other country. Like, we don't
hey,
live up to those social morals. They want civil war. They want us to hate each other.
yes, because it keeps the economy going. We are in a debt-based economy. We have to act crazy, all this other stuff to keep the money flowing. All jails right now are privately owned. And that happened right back in the 90s, 90, 90, 91, 92, when gangster rap came in. Everything was about shooting and women being garden tools, all this other stuff. You have the destruction of the families, you have chaos, you have you have I see it so clearly. I see it so I'm like, wow. They went through a lot of trouble to 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 bring this country to its knees. And I understand why. But whenever I say it out on the street, people are like, ugh, you are way too smart for yourself. Just you don't know.
Nobody wants to hear it.
They don't. They don't. They don't want to hear it. And I'm like, fine, okay. Don't hear it.
Fine then. I'll find someone who does want to hear it.
That's why I have people listen to me on YouTube.
Annoy them.
I'm like, people listen to me on YouTube. You don't have to listen to me, but someone is listening to me.
Someone is.
Mhm.
And you know, in the same exact way.
Mhm.
And there's more people, but you know, it takes time for those people to get insight on it.
Yeah.
Hey, it is okay to talk. Like, you know, like, this is what to say and what not to say. Like, but the younger generation, I don't think is being taught very much anything.
Nope. You got to maintain the sausage factory. And I don't mean it the way that you're thinking. No. I mean, as far as education, they have one track education, and you got to put people out to work. Put them out to work.
I don't know, but then that's even me being stuck in my own ways, quote unquote, in the American version of things.
Mhm.
Like I personally, I feel like that shouldn't be taught until they're older. You know, not teenagers. Like they should be taught a little bit, but like how to control it.
Yeah, Sweden, they don't start teaching their children till they're about 7 or 8 when they're potty trained and all that, sitting down and being able to pay attention. Then they go to school. Man, if you want to see some excellent education, Singapore. Oh,
Okay.
Finland. Oh my goodness. They have this excellent type of structure in it's called RTI. Oh my goodness. I can't remember the name of it, but it's an excellent structure that they used, and it worked very well. And test scores amongst countries, Finland was number one. Then it went to China, then Singapore. Then they sort of go back and forth. The U.S. is like I think it's 40th now in reading and in math and science. Oh, we're doing so bad. Oh man, we are below C average students.
Just look at these people who are like, America. And I'm like, yeah, you're a moron. But I live amongst them.
Well, but hey, just look at, but just you can tell the state of education as you look at the quality of mainstream society. Look at what we got. Amber Heard and
Points it out and just really feel dumb. Dumb. You're like, oh my God, you're right. Stop. Don't stop. Actually, please teach me your ways. But like, change.
oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Wow.
Kids in Japan in like fourth grade, they can like wipe out division problems. Like kids in our grade, they're just learning it. Or in our country, I mean,
Yeah.
just learning it in fourth grade, but like fourth grade, like they're smashing it. Like they know.
Because we are too busy. Oh my God. I had this parent. I was
Yeah.
I was sitting in because when I was subbing, but by me subbing, I can go into different departments. And so I went into special education department. And since I have a lot of experience in teaching, they had me in with a newer teacher to where I would help the teacher with the lesson planning and everything that was outside of what I was supposed to do. But I had no problem doing it. I wanted to help.
Okay.
I'm sitting in a meeting because I'm there helping the students with special education. And then I wound up helping other students to not let them see them only focusing on just a couple of students. No, I just walked around and said, "Oh, I'm just helping the teacher," So, and this one parent said, I was floored. Told the teacher, you make my son feel uncomfortable because you're asking him too many questions and he doesn't want to answer it. I tried my very best not to say anything because it was not my role. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, woman, what do you want to produce for society? This is your person that you're placing in society. What are you doing? I'm thinking that. I couldn't say anything. And I wanted to. And the kid, not kid, I'm sorry, not baby goat, but the student is just going for it. It's like, yeah, I don't want to, I feel uncomfortable. I feel a little anxiety when a teacher asks me questions. I'm looking at that kid, I'm like, student, I'm looking like, you're going to have some serious issues. Oh, you're going to have issues if you think that you can have this type of mindset. And your mother's not doing you any help at all because she knows what life is like. But when you go out into the world with that type of mindset and mentality, thinking that you're going to matriculate through life like Oh, life is a game. Oh no, you're gonna be homeless. Well, not homeless, but life is going to be very difficult for you because you haven't properly prepared. You're not going to be able to compete with people that are hungry. They come from other countries and kick your butt for these jobs. And we'll work hard. We'll do homework. We'll stay late at the library. We'll do whatever they need to do because they're hungry. You're not.
Exactly.
And you can't blame people coming from other countries that come here and get the American dream and you get the American nightmare because mothers like you,
Yeah.
not you out there, but
So I see it like they're
Mhm.
like we're a more developed country. Like we have
Yep.
shops at every corner. Like walk out my door, take a 5-minute hike, and I'm at the gas station. There's stores across the street from me. I can go shopping all day. Like I could be out on town like all day, like literally.
Not even that. How many TVs do you have in your home?
The other countries, like they have, some of them have to hunt for their food. Like some of them don't have jobs. They got to travel like an hour and a half. Some of them.
I'm not talking about those places, but just look at how many TVs do you have in your house?
Actually, I'm not a big TV person, so I have like a little computer monitor,
Mhm.
and my mom has a TV in her room, and
I-
the living room is too.
I have a TV in my living room, my room, my daughter's room, 3 TVs.
Yeah.
And I have 2 laptops. And people want that. They want to be able to have a TV. And actually, there are some people who have a TV in their bathroom. I'm like, wow. I mean, take their TV and put in,
Right. Like,
people want that.
in my bathroom, like or my bathtub, because I do spend a lot of time in my bathroom.
Yeah. I mean, people want that. And they'll bust their butt to get it.
Feed into the greedy American. Excuse my language.
That's what they sold people. People who travel sold that. Oh, come, this is my house. Now, now, okay, okay, all right, I'm going to go there for a second. When you go to some countries, and they'll say, oh, I got a $200,000 house. And whenever they show you pictures, you always see different people throwing parties in your house that you're not in. And they're like, this is my $200 house, $200,000 house. But I come here and I live in an apartment. I'm like, well, no. And sometimes, I don't say anything, right? I'm like, okay, but then they'll take it a step further. Look at this picture. Look at this. This is my home. This is my house. And they come here with, I got this. I'm going to let them know that I'm rich too. I'm like, don't you know the United States is poor? You only have 20 major cities. The United States is broke. It's been broke since 1913.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only 20 cities running this whole country. And you're telling me that you got a house that every time you show me a picture, a different person's there at a birthday party? Stop it. And then I'm like, this country's debt base. And you have land in your country and you're what? What? Are you lost your mind? You bought the lie. It's not the American dream, it is the American lie, and you bought it. You bought the lie, and now you're broke. Here, showing me a picture of your house that has all these different people at a damn birthday party. Just
Most people who own big houses, they have to have like a bunch of people living with them.
no, no. You're missing it. Where they're at, they don't have the big house. That is somebody else's house that they were at a birthday party at taking pictures. This is my house, and they always show the one space. They don't show.
Okay, yeah, like scammers.
Yeah. They don't come here lying to you. Oh, I got this big house in my country. Then why are you here? If you have this big house and you pay $200,000 for your house and you're here and living in poverty, that doesn't match. If we were to go to your country, we would not be living in poverty. It doesn't match. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, stop it. So when they come here and then when they realize, oh man, I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah.
It's like I did a video on my other channel about the people that were in what was it, Afghanistan. They had to get. Did you happen to see that?
No.
No, check it out. It's eye-opening. It goes into exactly what I'm talking about right now. They what would I name it? I betrayed my country. They helped the Americans over there in Afghanistan. Once the United States pulled out, they had to bring as many people with them because they betrayed their country. So they get here. Now in Maryland, they put them anywhere they could put them. And the woman with her the woman that was a translator for the Americans, she was a translator helping them against her people. She was living in Maryland, not outside of Baltimore, and it rained. When it rained, water came into her apartment and flooded. She's like, I thought that America was going to be better than this. Like, you thought, well, welcome to the lie. Welcome to the lie. I mean, and it's like they're like, I was expecting, better. I was expecting a certain standard of life because what I had over there and what you were showing me is not what I'm getting. And now they took the carpet off.
Everywhere they advertise it like, hey, go on vacation here.
Great propaganda.
Giant town.
And everybody looks.
Thank you.
And plus, everybody looks like Evan Rachel Wood and Amber Heard. But when they get here, then they see somebody like me. Like, oh, that's not what I signed up for. Yes, I'm so silly, but it's true. But it's true.
It is.
It's true, and Mhm.
It's true. Like, I feel like it's the only thing we can do, but laugh it off because we can't do shit about it.
Yeah, it's really something. It's really, really, really something. But they don't understand. And then when I'm like, okay. I tell some of my friends from other countries, I'm like, hey, just drive down to Virginia. Go a little bit, maybe 50 miles outside of DC, down through Virginia and through Maryland. You're going to come across places that have outhouses. Like, nah, yeah. It's like my hometown. I had no idea there were mobile home communities. It really got me. I went back home and I went to stay at a motel because I wasn't going to stay with my sister. She drives me nuts. I stayed at I saw this little, I got a coupon and it was a motel. That was the big one. Why did I go to a damn motel? Well, because it was cheap. Hey, and I go there and I'm like, this is a mobile home community. This is and I'm like, okay. I said, okay, I'm only staying for a night. I open up the shades and behind the mobile home or the motel, whatever you want to call it, it was a mobile home community behind it. I said, oh, smack. Wow. And then I went to the lady. I never seen this in my life. I never seen this. This was something. I go and I check in, gave the lady my little coupon. I'm gonna pay $30. That right there was a dead giveaway. That should have said no. Keep on driving, go back to your hometown and just pay the money. Stop being so damn cheap. Well, the woman had brown teeth, brown. Look at the color brown. And then she had, oh my God, you can't make this stuff up. You see this on Family Guy or something. Then, then, then she had braces. She had maybe at least about maybe 10 less than that teeth. And it was like it went around to that tooth and it went around to that tooth. Fillers. I'm like,
What the crap?
this is the United States.
Yeah, welcome to America.
This is America.
Welcome to America.
And when you try to tell people that, they call you a liar. Like,
Free. Yep, stop. Doing favors for like a private conversation.
yeah. And let's go ahead and pack this up. We got. I did not mean to. Oh my goodness! We went totally left and totally right, but at least we did hit all the main stuff on the points that we were talking about. That Amber Rose lost her man to Cher. She said, I give up on black men. I'm tired.
It's just how you're acting as a woman. Maybe it's not black men. Just like the white men might not put up with it either.
Nobody's gonna put up with that. No one is gonna put up with that. But that I find hysterical.
Yeah.
A 78-year-old woman took your man.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed soon.
Oh yeah, you go ahead and go. I did not mean to go this long.
And then sometime tomorrow I'll give you a call. Like I'll shoot you a text first, and then I'll shoot you a call.
Okay, if I don't answer the text, that's because I don't hear it. Then give me a call. Okay. All righty. Okay, thank you so much.
No problem.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, what a great live stream. We went all over the place and back to on point. I really want to thank you, Lexi, for calling in and having that nice conversation. And those of you who spent time watching this, I hope you gained something. And I just want to say thank you, because you're anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. On that note, thank you for stopping by.